Alright, hello friends, welcome to the stream. I'm going to change scenes in about a moment here, while I untangle some of my wires. Sound a little bit sick, because I kind of am, but we fight through it. Let's see here. Change scenes here. Please work. Oh, no, it's not working. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I need you to work for me, please. Okay, here we go. Let me turn the camera on. Hello, friends. We got some talking points for this year review from me. I don't know how well I'm going to do this. I'm kind of bad at talking to myself when I'm not playing video games. So I don't really know how well this is going to go. But, you know, it's kind of fun to go over everything that I've done in the year and in general. Everything that's been going on. First talking point. TTRPGs we've been kind of everyone. Myself, anyone in chat. If you have any TTRPGs you've been in. Yeah. You gotta catch up on Blood and Cinders, man. You gotta go watch the VODs, which I am gonna be talking about today. The beard does a lot of work for me. But this is my old channel. Just as a note, for anyone watching this, if you're subscribed to this channel, feel free to unsubscribe and go subscribe to this one instead. But talking about TTRPGs, one of my oldest campaigns that I'm still actively running is my Norse campaign, Journey to Ragnarok. It is a module by... Oh boy, now I can't remember. We're going to Google Journey to Ragnarok. Who you made by? They're made by Mana Project Studios. If it loads, good God. They're made by Mana Project Studios. And it is a Norse campaign inspired by Norse myths and legends. Captivating adventure that will lead the heroes from Midgard through the 9 worlds up until Ragnarok. It started 3 years ago. That's insane. Or at least uploaded 3 years ago. And I went back to my old channel because this was the original upload. Because I re-uploaded everything here. But we've been going for 3 years. Let's see. Uploaded August 29th, 2022. And the last upload was... Where the heck is it? There it is. The last upload, the latest upload, I should say, was 3 days ago. On December 23rd, 2025. So we've been playing for a very, very long time here. It's coming to an end soon, even. In about, I want to say a few months, honestly, maybe February. Maybe March. The party does not have many sessions left in it before Ragnarok. There's only so many realms that are left. Our party are getting ready to head to Jotunheim, and then there's Muspelheim, and then Ragnarok, and there's not much in between. So my I forgot that happens when I do that. My Norse campaign, one of the longest campaigns that I've ran, will be coming to an end soon. Next year, which is pretty insane to think of. It also birthed a pretty great moment I've been trying to get into making shorts lately. And I'm just gonna mute myself and play this clip here. But it birthed this amazing clip. But I'm debating if I want to torture one of you or not.
Ooh, I mean, if it's me, yeah, the answer, I mean, my answer is yes, regardless of who you want to torture. I'm pro-torture.
That is a clip that I'm going to pro-torture, ladies and gentlemen. Joke. Just joking. But it birthed that amazing clip, which is hilarious to me. I keep forgetting that if I go to Discord, it screws up my screen. Yeah, a very, very great moment. And then it was said later again, which was even better, but this was the first time it was said, which was great. You never know what your players are gonna say, all right? You never know what your players are gonna say, and I like to play into it. I like to go along with it, you know, and what better way to go along with it than to clip it, you know, and put it on the internet for everyone to see, laugh at, go, what the hell is going on there? And speaking of, it has quite a lot of views, 672 views. I know shorts are good, but damn, man, a lot of views. It is such a good mood, you know? If I'm in a story-rich game, yeah, torture away. Exactly! It's a great mood. Let's see what else. Speaking of my channel, 596 videos, 85 subscribers. I made this completely out of fear because something was wrong with my email. And I had to start completely from scratch, re-uploading everything from this channel, which is at 269 videos and 53 subscribers. So you can see how we've already upgraded in just success. I think the best way is to say that there is just success. It's been very good. I've branched out to a lot of different games that I didn't think I'd play. But there we are. Let's see. Next game. Next TTRPGs with you here. Vermilura. Let's see. The next game I could talk about. I mean, we could talk about Tentu into Avernus, but that has not happened for a long time. That was a good campaign, and I'd love to run it back one day. But, you know, we don't need to talk about Avernus. It didn't happen this year. Nothing related to it happened this year, but what has been happening is War for the Crown, which a mess in the polite way. It might be the best way to describe what's happening in War for the Crown. I decided to try running a Pathfinder First Edition campaign, and I was gonna run. Well, now I'm googling Pathfinder 1E Adventure Paths. I was gonna run. Okay, yes, I accept. I was gonna run Reign of Winter originally. I even made a fun little trailer for it because this is cool. It sends the characters to real world Earth, Russia. And I was like, oh man, that's cool. And then I found War for the Crown on Roll20. Good old Roll20 here. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so much easier. It's already on Roll20. It's all done for me, right? Wrong. Horribly wrong. I couldn't be more wrong. It's a political campaign that has so many mechanics. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm chugging along. I'm doing good. I think I'm doing good. The first chapter, if you will, was amazing. You know, everything was going great. Fights were had. People died. Enemies died. Items were found. It was all good. And then we got to the second chapter where Paizo says, hey, let's throw a sandbox at you and make your players have to run a town, a rinky-dink town, and you know, spend money. And God, there's so many rules, and I've gotten so many of them wrong. And now they have to overthrow the current leader of the area. I should figure that fell down. Hold on. Oh no, it's just gonna fall more. Hold on a second. I'm gonna go off screen while I talk. Like, it's fun. It's pretty cool. Don't get me wrong. But boy, oh boy, I really started rough, and we're clearly getting views. I mean, at least, let's see, on the old channel.
Card.
Oh God, I sound horrible. Jesus Christ. February 14th, 2023 was when it was first uploaded on my channel, my original channel at least. God, I hate hearing my voice. Anyone else hate hearing their voice? And the latest was uploaded. That can't be correct. Is that correct? What was our last session? Oh no, I can't show that. You're here, players here. Okay, wait, no, hold on. Session 43. Huh? Oh, the video wasn't uploaded. The video wasn't uploaded yet. I don't have it in my drive, I don't think. That's why. I was like, why am I missing 42? Because I don't have it in my drive yet. Let me leave. No, you don't gotta look away. You're good. You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, I'm hearing those old VODs. I have no idea what's to come. And it's absolutely horrifying. Sorry, I'm looking at Discord. But I've been having fun now that you guys are actually moving along, now that the party's actually moving along, and doing stuff, and I know what to do and how to give you guys money. And so that's been going good, I think. Let's see, what else? What other shenanigans about War for the Crown? I haven't brought Mimips back in a while. There's a kobold merchant who I decided was just going to pop up every now and then. He hasn't come back for a while. He should come back. I should bring him back. Yeah, War for the Crown's been a mess, but it's been fun. You know, I wanted to challenge myself by trying a new system that I've been having fun with, as a DM instead. I think it's alright. I think it's going okay. Once we get out of this book, which, honestly, will be soon. It's gonna be soon. I can confidently say it will be soon. I'm gonna say within the next 5 sessions at least. And if not, God save us. Yeah, Mimips will show up with the gold to revive Aravid, and then we'll exclusively follow him around. Yes, that's exactly what's gonna happen. And then Aravid and Mimips will just join the masses of retired NPCs, or retired PCs at the Stocky's estate, and just hang out. Let's see. But that's been War for the Crown. Like I said, it's been fun. It's been a challenge, running a Pathfinder First Edition campaign. But I mean, I think it's been going good. I think me and my players all agree it's kind of a mess at this point, but we're all kind of working um, towards making it better. So that's something at least. Um, that's been War for the Crown. I can close out this old account now because it is no longer needed because we're talking about something new. We are going to talk about a certain game ran by a certain someone here in the Twitch chat, which open invite if you want to join some voice chat to chat. I'm not in my server right now, but I can certainly hop back over there. So we're going to talk about a little Starfinder. We're going to talk about a little Starfinder. We're going to talk about a little Starfinder. Pathfinder in space. Very fun. I play a bear man. Quite literally a bear man. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna open his character sheet. So many games, good lord. Let's crack open Fly Free or Die. Look at him! Look at my boy! Look at him. This is Big Bear. He is the bestest boy. He will definitely not rip your arms off. This has been very fun. Let's see. We're on 9 sessions. What's the deal here? Fly Free or Die is the story of a crew of scoundrels, rogues, and misfits trying to survive in a galaxy where everyone has a price. This isn't an adventure path about saving the galaxy. The heroes of Fly Free or Die. Who goes there? Oh my god, it's an arc-like court, just as I'm talking about some Starfinder. I know you're a sci-fi fan.
Go! Have not gotten to play any of it. I want to so badly.
It is so much fun. The GM of the game I'm in is in my Twitch chat right now. I have my
Starfinder GM, let's go.
I have my face cam on in my stream, but you know what? We're having fun here. I'll turn it on so you can see my beautiful face too. In Discord, if it works, let's find out. It might not work. I might have to turn it off in OBS. Hold on a second. Not OBS, in Streamlabs. Hold on.
It can only be open in one place at a time.
Hold on. I'm gonna fix everything. Everything's gonna be fixed. Oh my god, it's Arc. Let me add a source in my... Let me fix everything so I can capture everyone's face in Discord. Oh my god, so much more work to do, but that's fine. My current talking point for my little year in review here, is... TTRPGs we played this year. Anything? I was just gonna go and talk about Starfinder and how I've been in a Starfinder campaign. But if you have any fun stuff you'd like to add here, my good man, I know there's quite a large project that you've decided to take on this year.
Well, before the large project, you know, Sentai and Sensibilities got to do that this year, which is Power Rangers meets like Bridgerton. So old Victorian, you know, meet the Queen, go to the ball, have scones and tea, and discuss kaijus attacking, you know, Victorian England as you transform into a Power Ranger and go and fight them.
Yeah, that's you know, I mean, I don't even know what to say about that, really.
It was so good. It was great.
It's certainly a thing.
Oh, yeah. And I played a lot of that game has to do with, like, social political climbing of characters between, like, dukes and duchesses and princes and princesses and things of royalty. I played the only character who wasn't, like, actively romancing anyone the entire series, because he was already betrothed And prior to being betrothed, he was a like diligent bodyguard
Okay.
to his betrothed. And so when they're like, you two are going to be married, this will now bring your family into the royal fold, he was like, absolutely am not cheating on my wife. I will never cheat on my wife. Don't even look at my wife that way. But that was a lot of fun.
And that was
Got to do
you said that was this year.
that was this year, yeah.
When did it come to a close?
That was early this year. I want to say it ended sometime around June or July.
Okay.
Because that was in the first half of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Then did the Sentinel Comics role-playing game, which is a comic book TTRPG offshoot. Also, a whole lot of fun, where I played the living spell book known as Grimoire.
Oh, that was
Page's
game, right?
Yep, the return. It was
Is this the one that you died 3 times?
I'm immortal, okay? Just because my physical form may have perished doesn't mean that I died. I reconstituted with a brand new book and new spell pages, and everything was fine.
Yeah, everything's
I'm
fine.
immortal.
Everything's fine.
So
played
your villain.
Your level of immortality was you would get full blown destroyed and then reconstitute, or you like your body was still around when you died.
So the story behind the character was he came into possession of one of the first 3 dark grimoires in the DC universe. And his family, very affluent, mortgage brokers, corporate law kind of stuff. He was like, what if Bruce Wayne's parents were still alive and morally ambiguous instead of for the good of Gotham? So he traded his physical form to have his soul bound to that book. Okay. And created a new body out of the pages of the book and used like glamours and illusions to look like a normal person, but was essentially immortal from that point forward. Very Portrait of Dorian Gray-esque.
I also swear I'm paying attention. I just because I have Streamlabs set to capture Discord. If I click off of this voice chat, we will lose Facecam. So I'm looking at messages on my phone. But I'm listening.
You could. So very Portrait of Dorian Gray-esque, but in the manner of as long as a single page or a single scrap of paper from the book exists, he can reconstitute his entire body and the whole spell book, even if the rest of it gets destroyed.
Okay.
Again, was a villain from the get-go, was a bad guy off rip.
So how was that working? Because I remember watching and seeing that at least 2 of you were villains. Were you actively going against the other player characters?
So it was an equal split, 3 villains, 3 heroes. But the way that we, in the session 0 and in discussions with everybody, is the heroes were new heroes. They weren't like very well known. They had, they're working in cities where very majorly well known heroes operate out of, but maybe they don't make the right choices all the time. Maybe they're not always pulling their punches when they should, kind of thing. And the villains were all recently new villains. Like, you just came into like their underground power of some kind of notoriety or infamy, essentially. And when everything happens in that series, spoilers, not spoilers, please go watch The Return on The Story Continued on YouTube. It's the return of the Black Hand, of Darkest Night, essentially, from the DC Comics. So the Black Lanterns showed up and just started murking everybody. and only a handful of us were unaffected for some reason. What each case differs for everybody. And then through that,
I'll be right back. If you want to
good.
keep entertaining the stream, I'm just a little sick right now. I'm fighting
Absolutely.
through it. Keep the entertainment up.
I got
I'll be right back.
I got you. So with that, the villains and heroes that had to work together realized, hey, I'm not on your side, you're not on my side, but if this whole place burns down, if this whole thing gets destroyed, there is no side to be on, and there is nobody to fight for or fight against. So we need to work together. And so it was myself playing Grimoire the villain, the amazing Cresselia.mp4, who played Roulette, another villain who is my character's close friend, who had the ability to exchange and interact with the threads of luck, which was super cool. Then we had Felix, only Felix, that is it, because Felix was an eldritch entity of judgment, who also villain coded. But even with that, they're the sweetest of human beings in their human being form, and an almighty powerhouse of eldritch energy and magic and mysticism and non-Euclidean forms when they were in their villain form. We were then joined also by Code Red, played by War-Torn Knight. Also, Felix was played by Sugi.Joe, amazing person, loved playing with them. Code Red, played by War-Torn Knight, was essentially our Iron Man. If Iron Man was also more ambulatory first response coded, then high-tech prosthesis with repulsor rays and nuclear powerhouses built into it. Code Red was one of the heroes, but again, that gray area of them experimenting and creating their suit cost some people their job, cost some people their lives, which they were trying to work off of and try to make up for. Then we had Reverie, played by the amazing Ray Wilds, who had the ability to dream walk and extract aspects of personalities, nightmares, dreams, things of that nature, and wielded a pocket watch like a fucking madwoman. Could bink you over the skull with a pocket watch so great that she helped beat the life out of Batman towards the end of the season. So, mwah, love for Reverie. And then we had Thornheart, played by none other than the amazing Moxie Blue, who was what if Swamp Thing was nature lesbian, and also had their own like jail system that they created using the green. So villains that they caught, they put in like seed pods in their greenhouse and just locked them inside there. But yeah, that whole season was amazing. That whole thing
I came back at an interesting time.
cool.
I came back and all I hear is seed pods.
Yeah, one of the heroes in that group was Thornheart, played by Moxie Blue, who was what if Swamp Thing was a nature lesbian. And also, instead of just like, for the green I shall return you to become fertilizer, was like, no, you're mentally ill. And a lot of mental illness comes from lack of proper chemicals, nutrients, and like dietary things we can help fix and balance. So she would put villains into seed pods in her greenhouse and give them all of the vitamins and nutrients to help with brain chemistry, so they wouldn't be depressed or angry or violent anymore.
Oh, good times. Wonderful.
Yeah,
times.
there was that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I guested on Set Sail with the wonderful Eclipse 613 and Red Panda Cola and Paige as Core Rhodes, who was a devil fruit infused person. He didn't eat one. He got injected with the juices from a devil fruit, which was the anchor fruit. I do believe is what we called it. He was essentially a warlock. Like, he was a hexblade warlock that used chains as his weapon and his motif. And he was really there to inspire the crew to be a crew officially, and not just a band of random homies on a boat out in the middle of the sea just doing things. Is like, no, you got to look out for each other. You got to care for each other. You got to choose to. You have to choose to want the people around you to be around you. You can't just expect them to be around you and want to be around you. Pissed off Paige a lot.
I also got to guest on Set Sail. Talking about Set Sail, I also got to guest. Very fun. I played I think they're just straight up called cyborgs.
Yes.
I played a cyborg named Diaglio List. I spent so long trying to come up with the most like Italian name. And I was like, okay, this is it. This is perfect. I think at one point he had a V name. I forget what the V name was, but there was a V name, and I was like, no, this isn't it. No.
It's not gonna work right.
No, it's not. But he was a cyborg. I think I was 2 levels higher than the party. And
sounds about right. Sounds coded for guest characters.
I basically played him as a grizzled old bastard who just wanted to protect the island he was on. Like, he was known to be this pirate killer, despite also being a pirate himself. And his whole thing was he drank gasoline. That's what powered him. So, you know, the classic anime thing, when they have booze, they bring out the big jug that has the X marks on it, you know? Nah, he would bring out jugs of gasoline and just chug that instead.
It's just got flammable across
Yeah. Well, one of his abilities I took for him was essentially I could turn myself into a flamethrower. So,
hell yeah.
So that was a thing.
So for Core, I made his entire crew that he was a part of. His whole pirate crew. That
wasn't a Javante thing? That was all you?
That was not a Javante thing. That was all me.
Whoa!
I made my whole crew. And there was a cyborg on the crew.
Let me actually
his name was
open
Mono.
that. Let me open his channel on the screen here so people can see what we're talking about.
His name was Mono. His full name was Mono E. Mono.
Buddy, really?
And he had pistons for arms, like full blown rock'em sock'em robot.
Oh, that's good.
Arms. And he had. Do you remember the early 2000s, wonderful blockbuster that's now getting a sequel 20 years later, Small Soldiers?
It's getting a sequel?
It is getting a sequel.
Dude, that's, oh my god.
Writing it and putting it together.
Of course I do. Like that movie. This is going to be tangent after tangent.
Perfect.
We're never going to talk about actual TTRPGs. That movie, I watched it I watched it earlier this year. And it's one of those movies that I look at it's bad looking at now, but not bad in the sense that.
But for then.
But for then it's amazing. But even then, like watching it now, like going from a movie like Avatar to Small Soldiers, yeah. But like
100%.
it's still.
We speak of the Crimson Snake and he appears.
It's still better than a lot of movies today.
I said the same thing recently with a TV show, and then I'll jump back to the tie into Small Soldiers. I recently started rewatching Heroes. Because they have all 4 seasons of Heroes on Amazon Prime now.
I've heard of it, but I've never watched it.
So This was ABC's attempt to compete with the CW when they had Smallville going on, and like they were getting ready to launch the Green Arrow TV show. They were talking about doing the Aquaman spin-off TV show. So ABC wanted a comic book show so they could compete in that same area. Heroes isn't based off of any particular comic book when it first came out, but was written by 7 different comic book writers from Dark Horse, Marvel, and DC all together.
Whoa.
And even now, I just started rewatching it right before the holidays, like 2 weeks ago. I'm episode 15, 16, and it still slaps. Like, even now, like, the stories that are in it are still so heavily applicable today. And even some of the CGI that's in there, again, cheesy now, looking at a lot of stuff that's been going on, but for the time, outstanding. Like, could not be competed with by any definition.
So small soldiers and set sail.
Mono, the cyborg shipwright from Kor's crew, had the Rock'em Sock'em robot arms, but he also had the Gorgonite who had the ham radio built into his body because half of it was missing the body parts. He had the same thing on the side of his head. So he had the ship's communication with the little snail in the side of his head.
That's amazing.
So he could communicate with everybody.
That's so good.
We had an Amazonas who was the first mate to the captain. We had another character. I don't remember if I made him just human or if he was something else, but he was the lookout. And he was, I do believe he was just Spyglass was his name.
Okay.
And he had spyglasses as his actual glasses, like true anime style. Just throw the lenses forward.
I love you, Ark. Not all the names can be winners.
Exactly. They can't all be winners.
But you know what? Yeah, for the setting, the name works.
It works. It absolutely. Come on, I played an anchor-based character named Core. All right. It just works.
Yeah.
But my character came from a crew that was called the Vulgar, or it was called Vulgar Victory, was the name of the crew. And their captain and the crew faced off against the main villain that the set sail crew were going after. And laws of the ocean. You have to kill the captain in order to truly claim victory over another crew or claim victory over their flag. He didn't kill my captain. He maimed him. He beat him to a bloody pulp. Everyone thought that he was dead. Kor, the doctor, and the doctor's son gathered the captain, took him to a small island, and he's been recuperating. Kor got a new ship, put the old flag back on it, and was looking for the rest of his crew when he found out that they had sided with the big bad because they thought that their captain was dead. So Kor became the, these are the laws of the sea, and we follow them even though we don't follow the laws of the world. And we stick to them. There is no arguing, there is no throwing that away, because you still have a captain. And you still owe your duty, your loyalty is to our captain, not the one that you folded and fell to, kind of vibe. And so that was Kor's whole thing. He was the annoying, I'm right, follow the rules brother out of the the whole trope to really fit in for him. But also unnecessarily overpowered when it came to combat. Was like, I will burn everything around me and drag you to the bottom of the ocean. But there was that.
I think on my end, when I guessed, which I found the episode you're in. Hey, Art, looking beautiful then, looking beautiful now.
I try.
I know Javante's listening in, and I'm sure, they can confirm or deny via text. I think I missed a majority of my attacks. I was like, man, I'm such this cool character, and I think only my spells and abilities hit. I was like, alright, well, I'm meant to be a swordsman. My sword has not hit.
I flavored all of my warlock stuff to be like anime moves because I was like, I have to do cool anime stuff. So the devil fruit infused is essentially just the warlock. So I took like agonizing blast, repulsive blast, pulling blast, all of that.
Yeah.
And just reflavored the eldritch blast to be chains that came out of my hand to attack people. So I think I had like a +9 to hit on everything. It could push, it could pull, it could throw things. It had all this dumb stuff with it. But every time I used it, I had a new like chain-based anime name for all my attacks the whole way through.
Like Javante said, I was doing good in combat, but I was also fighting the #1 swordsman. I don't know One Piece full blown. I've only ever watched the newest live action, which I think is amazing. So
Fair.
when I made my character, I went in with the flavor of, I'm just gonna make all my elemental attacks and describe them out like Demon Slayer.
Yes.
Like, I'm just gonna bring a little bit of Demon Slayer flavor into this One Piece setting, because that's the anime that I know. That's the anime that I loved.
Instead of Zoro walking into other animes, you were just a Hashirama
Yeah,
that walked into
yeah. I was just the water Hashira hanging out
Hashira, that's what it is.
in One Piece. Yeah, that was a blast. Let me, Javante, I know you're on text. Was my episode uploaded? I think it maybe. Did you get to that? I know you're behind on a lot of uploads.
He'll get there eventually, y'all.
Eventually.
I promise.
Hey, New Year's resolution. Yep, there I am. Episode 13, Violent Delights. Man, my hair looked nicer then. Let's see, when was that uploaded? 7 months ago, May 22nd, 2025.
There we go. That's like 4 days after my birthday.
Oh, hell yeah. Happy late birthday, even though I'm pretty sure I said happy birthday on your actual birthday.
You did. I think we played on my birthday too.
That was a blast, dude. The Set Sail crew are great, and it's great too because Trent's player. When I started watching it, I fell in love with the character. I love Trent. I'm a Trent stan. I was in after one of the sessions, I had to leave while it was live. Panda messages me and goes, "Hey, did you catch the ending of this session?" I was like, "No, I didn't. Why?" Rob, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, that's his name.
Yeah,
Trent's player.
Math Demigod Rob.
Yeah. I think they were talking about the cast and call and guest players, and he looks dead in his camera and goes, "Pi, get in here." I was like, oh shit, they want me. I know nothing and they want me.
Yes.
So that was a blast.
Me and Trent had like a shadow boxing training fight in the cellar of an abandoned mansion, where it was essentially one of those like, hey, they chose you to be their captain. Be their captain. Stop second guessing it. They chose you for a reason. Because if I got to choose my captain and he told me no, I no longer have faith in him because I put my faith in them to be the captain, and they're saying they're not worthy of it. No. If I'm saying you are. You need to accept that role. Then I think I confused Ren a lot. Because I had a proficiency in forgery.
Okay. Oh no,
so
you were using forgery against the party's note taker?
No, wrote the notes for Ren
Oh,
in
okay.
Ren's handwriting while they were
Oh.
drunk. And they like stared at their book and then stared at me. It was like, I don't know how you did this, and I'm uncomfortable that you can do this, but thank you for doing this.
I didn't really give the party a lesson. I was just there to be a crotchety old robot who got his ass kicked.
Hey, they gained something out of it. I'll tell you that.
A good time,
Gained
because
something
Scarlet
out of
and
it.
Trent dueled as well, and I think Trent won the duel, but also lost. So, you know.
That unfortunately is a part of the character arc of Trent that I am
Yep.
so excited to see continued
That's-
now.
That's why, and like the oh, dude, it's so sad you missed out on the Halloween session. It was a great time, and that's why, like, outside of the Halloween session, I really want Adrian and Trent to cross over and meet each other.
I was so disgustingly sick during that time. Like I was down and out for I think like 3 weeks
Ooh.
during there. Real bad case of norovirus, and there was no beating it during any of that. I think I streamed once during all that, and that was only on my own channel, and it was for like 30 minutes. And I was like, yeah, guys, I can't do it. I've really tried. I can't.
Dude, it was so much fun. It was in the best way possible. I'm saying this with nothing but happiness, joy, and love in my heart. It was stupid.
Those are sometimes
It
the
was-
best ones, though.
I was Dutch Vanderland from Red Dead Redemption. We had Ren as Dr. House. Trent was Booster Gold. It was
I love it so much.
and I can't tell you who Panda and Holly were because they're from some shows that I fucking can't pronounce and remember.
Fair. Absolutely.
But it was a good time. This evil fuck who's muted and can't respond back was gonna make me show Tucker.
Why
Yeah.
didn't you? I so would have done that. I would have
No.
ran with it. dude.
No, it's so
that-
evil.
That is something that I do love, that I got to do a handful of times a few years ago, which was just to guest appear as a villain or as the villain for other groups. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
I full agree with you. However, the last time I guessed it in a friend's campaign as the villain, it was D&D. I immediately failed a hold person and then didn't do shit.
Oh no!
I got one spell off, maybe dealt 20 damage to 2 people, and then I failed a hold person, and then I was like, well, it was good knowing you guys. It was good to be here. Thank you for having me.
I got the wonderful opportunity for a recorded series that has yet to be released. That was for Mecha Hack, where I built out a general for the evil military that the groups were facing off against with the game master, and was like, hey, they sent me the lore of the villain and the army that they're a part of, and I was like, hey, how about this is all flavor for you, but I want to turn this flavor into mechanics. So how can we do this? So the villains had been working on a weapon that was essentially like a weaponized flood from Halo.
Whoa.
But it was nanobots that infected your entire mech, turned the metal bioorganic, and animated it against the person inside it. So it's like, how do we make this an actual weapon? I want to use this. If this is the big bad,
Yeah.
they have the prototype. How do we?
Oh, you were the
work
big bad.
something out? Yeah, I was the big
Oh.
bad. So we came up with, it was essentially a give up of humanity on the big bad's part to activate this thing, because he was half android, or he was an android or cyborg. The differentiation evades me at the moment, but he had to inject himself with the nanobots to give them their first feeding to replicate.
Oh, you had to let them taste blood.
They'd replicate off of his mech and then become the ammunition in his guns.
Whoa.
So I was like, let's do this. I'm going to start the whole thing out, not in my mech. He's all, wait. Like, you saw it in his face, like, what are you doing? You're supposed to do the thing. And it essentially the villain monologue that came out, I swear to you, is Oscar worthy.
Do you know when it's going to be? Do you have any idea when it's going to be live and released?
As of this moment in time, I'm fairly certain that project got shelved, like several other projects I have recorded with people. But essentially became a speech of give up your mortality and accept that death is the only option.
Yo, look who it is!
When they threw a grenade in the middle of my speech, but the GM let me finish the speech as it was like cinematically flying.
I want to cut in real quick. Great GM to do that, because there are
Yes.
plenty like I will admit I'm a sucker for that. Sometimes I will think, why aren't we taking the cheap shot here? But if you have the chance to monologue and it's awesome, let the monologue happen.
I do have to point out, because that exact thing, Frankie in Arcanite just full blitzing a villain during their monologue has happened.
Let me get into it. I think I'm on episode 3 right now. I'm a slow watcher.
You're good.
I'm on episode 3, and
the grenade goes off, blasts me back, and as it does, I was injecting the thing into the general, and the mech, responsive because he's half robotic and connected to it, grabs the body of the general, pulls it inside the mech as the infection happens, and then spreads over the mech. It was so good. It was so beautiful. But I also am akin to, as Javante knows, from playing side by side and on either side of the screen from each other. Bad guy attempt monologue, fuck no, punch in mouth. Throw a vase.
Yes.
Circling back a little bit, before you joined Arc, I was talking about how I'm in a which, welcome Javante, our first topic of the year in review is TTRPGs we've been in this year.
Yes.
I got to join a Starfinder campaign. Never played it before, but I'm a huge sci-fi, I'm a huge fan of space, Star Wars, you know, all the good stuff. It used the Fly Free or Die adventure path. We're basically in debt for a company and trying to pay it off. Like this whole adventure path is quite literally, we're not trying to save the world. We're not heroes. We're just trying to make it day by day. And it's kind of fun.
Paycheck to paycheck, guys.
Yeah. And I'm playing they're called Uplifted Bears. Quite literally a bear who can speak speak like common. But before you go, Javante, I decided to make him a Russian bear, a Russian space bear.
Good.
And his name, quite simply, is Big Bear.
You missed a chance for Ursa Major, but we'll let it pass. Kepka approves.
Well, he's from his deity is Ursa. And
that works.
And he has he punches people to death, but his punches have special are like specially radiation infused, and I've described it as whenever he punches someone and activates his abilities, the sound, the like boom, boom, boom of a radiation, like of a nuclear blast, plays as the swing is going in. And when he
It's a Cold War early fission
Yeah.
reactor
Yeah.
in his arm.
and when he punches someone, you know, the blast goes off. But that's been a blast. What were you gonna say to just playing a bear?
So my first Starfinder character was also an uplifted bear.
Yeah.
Named Bjorn. Although I did the
Yes!
thing where I didn't have him able to speak common. He just made bear noises, and everybody just had to interpret what he said.
That's great. So you played a Wookiee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like everyone else is all these like amazing, fantastical characters, and they looked at me like, "What do you think, Bjorn?" Bjorn.
Did you have a Han Solo, or was the party Han Solo?
The party as a whole was Han Solo.
Yeah, that's fair. Let's see. We're currently 9 sessions into the campaign. It has been an absolute blast. The last thing, so we were all of us, me and the other players in this campaign, we were told that this adventure was going to have a lot of moral dilemmas. We were going to have to really think. We were going to have to decide. You know, do we go with the bad thing? Do we go with the less bad thing? So far, every moral dilemma that's hit us, we have been one and done. We have not put any thought into it. We just we got a mission to deliver some guns to a military planet. A military planet that's currently in the midst of a rebellion. The military is like putting their foot down on the neck of the miners of the planet. And we were, issued the decision of, are we going to try to help the miners, or do we get our money and deliver the guns? Collectively as a group, we said, listen, if our transport gets lost, that's on them, but the miners, that's not on us. That's not us. If our weapons get lost and we get attacked by the miners, we won't fight back. But we're also going to try to make bank, so the miners might have to go F themselves a little bit.
Real blue collar decisions right there.
Yeah, exactly.
real paycheck to paycheck decision.
Exactly.
Like, look, if I had the extra $2 to donate to St. Jude's with my Panda Express order, I 100% would. But right now, that $2 is getting me my small drink.
Yep,
okay?
Exactly. It's been a great time. We recently had a new party member introduced, who had a very big moment. We were getting attacked by like some rat dogs, and for all intents and purposes, I do believe they're just playing a human character. But during the end of the fight, when we were all role playing, they were like, "Oh, also, yeah, you see their cybernetic leg prosthetic got detached when they were getting mauled." I was like, "Oh, you like." That was cool.
Wait a second.
Yeah. We have a hologram party member who's like a couple inches tall. We had a space.
Team.
Yeah, we had a space goblin at one point. Poor guy. The character's name was Spoog. Spoog. Everyone called him Spooge. Or Splooge. Yeah. I was the only one who respected the name. Yeah. Let's have a moment of silence. So Javante, what have you been in this year?
Jesus Christ. Oh, shit. 2025 was mostly the year of me running games. So other than like Set Sail and Blood and Cinders. I mean, I was in quite a few one-shots. Like, I was in a lot of ARCS games.
I snuck you into a mecha hack game.
Also, in a panel about diversity and non-tokenizing people in the TTRPG space.
That might be my favorite thing I did.
Talk about it.
Being... So, yeah, I did a panel with Irving, also known as Jellyfish, about diversity in the TTRPG space, in the actual play space.
Is it on YouTube? Can I look it up and advertise it?
It is on YouTube. I can link it to you on our Discord. But no, absolutely one of my favorite panels ever. I make a point that I don't try to talk like too negatively on my social media feeds, because I feel like what you put into the world is what you're getting out of it. However, I was given the green light to be as genuine as I want it to be about these situations, which I am very critical of a lot of, not just even being like the diversity in actual play spaces, but how actual plays address hard and conflicting situations, to which my response is I don't think they do them that well. I think that a lot of TTRPGs handle that with a lot of kid gloves, which, in my opinion, if you are all adults at a table, it's a perfect opportunity to address difficult subjects in a way that is uncomfortable. It's what I like doing with Blood and Cinders, is what I love doing with Set Sail, is I love having like, hey, here's an actual thing I put in a way that is more fun to do, and you can solve the problem.
What are kind of on that topic of like diversity and everything in actual plays? I know this was a big thing when the campaign was going on. What are your thoughts on Critical Role Campaign 3 going more like Middle Eastern? And actually, I know that was a big thing. People were like, "Oh my god,
excited.
we're finally getting people of color NPCs." Oh my gosh!
Yeah, I was hype. I'm always excited about it. I think that they could have done more. I agree that they could have. I think they could have done more. I fully know why they didn't. It does annoy me, but I 100% know why they didn't.
I think that was.
And I'm like, yeah.
That was a thing for people too, right? Because didn't they only spend time in like the Middle Eastern section?
Marquette,
yeah. They only spent like, what was it, 20 or so sessions in Marquette, and then they were gone. Like, I remember the campaign being touted as, "Hey guys, here's this campaign in Marquette in this Middle Eastern setting with non-white NPCs." Oh, we're not going to spend a lot of time there.
And the thing is, and I'll be so genuine, like, I do not put a lot of blame on Critical Role fully. Like, I genuinely believe that if fully, let me be very clear here. I think that they could have done it, and if that they would have, I would have been incredibly happy. However, there is a very, very vocal fan base of Critical Role that is very coded on a specific thing. And it is something I did address in the diversity thing, which is that I feel like a lot of them have what's called performative allyship, which is they love to stand on the pedestal of being allies until it's something that makes them uncomfortable that they have to address. And what you'll see, and what you, because I remember watching it happen, which was the first intro that they did. Was so good, like live action intro that they did for it, and immediately get people talking about, oh, they have the colonizer hat. You mean the jungle hat?
Oh, that was
Just
that
jungle
intro.
hat.
Like,
and I was like, so I know immediately what you all are going to do, because what you're going to see is a lens. You have a lens of what this is supposed to look like, and if they don't do it that way, it's immediately not what you want. So they'll pivot away from it.
Ark, what are you blowing up for?
Campaign 3 went from being a cultural exploration of everything else that the world that Tal'Dorei is, the world of Exandria is, outside of Tal'Dorei. Campaign 3 was supposed to be this exploration of the rest of the map. And I wanted that. It has been stated there were other countries, other continents to be explored that had all of these other cultures and things that existed. It was turned into too large of a sandbox, and people went back to playing in spaces that they were comfortable in. That's where the issue rose.
Yeah.
From a very far outside. I was all for Campaign 3 when it first kicked off. I went to the world premiere of the first episode in theaters. Like, I all for it. Okay. As soon as I saw that shift, I fell away entirely, because just like Javante said, there are people who are looking at it through the lens of, oh, you put this in here. No. That's actually a part of this area. That is something that is akin to the people who live in this climate, who explored these regions, who were a part of this biome. and cultural existence, not just the bad guy from Tarzan wore this kind of
Yeah.
hat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's a lot more to it. And then when they decided, oh no, we're just gonna go back to Taldore. We're just gonna keep going back to Exandria. We're
We'll
gonna
do
go
the-
to outer space before we explore
Yep.
the Mesoamerican continent, the Asian continent, the deep Africans continent.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go back to Exandria and then into space instead of exploring the other cultures
Yeah.
that we were going to do.
The 3 major actual plays that people point to. I know we're getting off topic of what you wanted, but I get to vent. I get to
this is
vent
great.
now.
This is good.
The three major actual plays that people talk about, Dimension 20, High Rollers, Critical Role, have a very, very specific issue. And it's only to them, but everyone also takes it and uses it, which is there's a very specific lens that they will follow, and they will not deviate from that lens because it works.
Can I be so real for a second?
Mhm.
You were saying, this is what they all stick to. I was gonna take a guess. I was gonna be like, too many white people.
No, it is that, but it is that there's a very specific viewpoint of how
Yeah.
5e functions
And I
and
say
where
that,
you are allowed to go. Yeah.
yeah,
I make one of the huge things is the distinction of 5e is almost always European fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
Which-
that's fine. It's fun. It can be exceedingly fun. I've used a lot of European fantasy in Blood and Cinders because you can. Because why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
But there's so much more to explore. It's just
Yeah.
as soon as you deviate, as soon as you
Yeah.
go, well, I want to do this, you get a very divisive point where it's I'm either going to lose fans because they are going to not like the thing I'm doing, and the worst outcome is I'm going to have hate.
Yeah.
Because
And
losing fans is fine. You can gain plenty. But it's hate that's difficult to counteract. It's where when I point out a lot of actual plays are very scared of broaching rough topics.
yeah.
I adore Eat the Reich. I think Eat the Reich is a fantastic game.
I love it too. You want to play
think-
vampires eating Nazis?
And I address this too, but I think that Eat the Reich, whenever I've seen it on an actual play, just doesn't go far enough.
Mm.
Because I think that people only view the viewpoint of Nazis as the people in the military uniforms. No. I'm talking also about the baker.
Yeah.
X-Men First Class, the tailor, and the pig farmer.
Yeah.
There
Which-
was so much more to it.
Was a great scene, might I add. And
Yeah.
and I also going back, I say too many white people as a joke, but also kind of like genuinely, because I remember that being a big thing that I remember seeing criticism for Critical Role 2 is this is a table of the biggest D&D game in the world. They're making so much money off it. They're all white.
Well, my counterpoint
Not
to that is,
entirely true.
my counterpoint to that is that as soon as you get Abria Iyengar on there, y'all fucking complain. So
I
what
was
do you
gonna
want?
say, the second anyone
I wouldn't
of
want to be
color-
a black creator on Critical Role. As soon as
Yeah.
I opened my mouth, I would get hate. I would hate that. I love every member of the Critical Role
Well-
cast. They're honestly inspirations.
I hate to say this because it's bad, but it's true. I don't think you would get hate if you're on Critical Role, Javante, because you're a man.
True. No. Let's be very real here. Let's be exceedingly real here. I wouldn't get hate on it for being a black man. I would get hate on it for interrupting the Laura, Marisha, and Ashley show.
Yeah. Which God, people hated
Right.
Critical Role Campaign 3 for. I remember seeing so many comments. This is just the Laura Bailey show.
Which good. She had one of the best characters. I will
Orm?
say.
Orm, Fern, and Dorian all had their story. Essentially, their actual character arcs were already done by the time Campaign 3 already happened. So none of them were getting really any real time to this. Travis wanted to play a character that was gonna die so he could play another character that would die so he could then play his true third character that he never got a chance to play. Taliesin did the same thing Taliesin always does. He meets with Matt when they're discussing the campaign and goes, now I want to make something weird here.
Yep.
And they create a brand new thing for Taliesin, which is always
Gravity
amazing
Bard,
because
which is
Taliesin
which
loves
is
that.
so cool.
And then Sam emotionally wrecks people.
Yeah,
Like everybody done their thing.
I hope they release Ashton subclass, but I know they're never going to, because the prevailing theory is that even Matt didn't know how to make it work.
It was available
Yeah.
for I think like 2 months early on to campaign 3, and a lot of the rules are law people
Okay.
led to it being removed because it was available on Drive-Thru RPG, just like the Gunslinger 4.5e was available on there, just like Blood Hunter was available on there. We know that somebody at some point in time was going to play an exorcist or a ghost whispering bard, because that was also made available around the same time. We think that the theory is that was going to be Liam's second character, if Caleb ever officially bit the bullet.
Yeah.
Was this like spirit speaking bard essentially. But rules lawyers are the reason why that subclass got ripped down and was no longer around.
God,
unlike all of the other things.
I hate the
on a thing to address to like exploring difficult topics in a way that is emotionally satisfying. Dior.
Yo, hold on, because spotlight on the Dior thing, but there are several other things in Archanites that are hard TTRPG tapics to navigate, to work through, and to accomplish that we fucking did in that series. Well. We did a true leader goes evil arc in the series. We did a true pat on my own shoulder for this. I don't care. I'm normally a very humble and human
talk
person.
Your shit, twin.
A true representation of dissociative identity disorder in Nico and the Chimera, and how that affects friendships and relationships and families. Marcia being raised by a single black mother who still showed up and showed out for their child. Okay, Frankie, the weight of being one, and was confirmed multiple times in the series, a closeted gay man who carried the weight of his father, who was going to be the next like chief and tribal leader of their Native American tribe, their uncle, who's a world-renowned paleontologist and secretly the greatest fucking Power Ranger to ever exist, who got arrested, charged with aggravated assault, and then was released as a ward to his uncle's best friend across the country to be given another chance. Like, we attacked, and attack isn't even the right word for it, but we highlighted, spoke, and created a lot of those very hard to touch on topics in the space of Archanites. And that's how I know it can be done, because I did it with fucking Power Rangers.
Yeah, we did it. Like, I broached Dior because Dior was my way of doing, like, it's the difficulty of being mixed race in a place where it's like you are both and belong to neither, which is like, we did it so fucking well. Like, you were. I will touch on a thing on this, because I will say, of the DMs I've had to competitively inspire me to be better, Ark is like number one.
Yo,
He get better too.
No, I being so genuine. I can't tell you how both like happy I was and infuriated every day when I would get through with Arcanites because I'm like, I have to fucking follow this. Because I was running Dante's Inferno. I was running Inferno. So it's like every session I was like, I have to follow that. I have to be as good. I have to be better. I have to So now it is now such a friendly competition of like everything that Arc has to do, I have to do better so that Arc can beat me again, so that I can be better again.
So what I'm hearing, Arc, is just go shitter for like a month.
What do you think Orm was? I told Javante, as a Nat 19 fan, I'm playing a character who knows fuck all. He has no knowledge of what has happened over the last couple thousand years. He's been locked in a box, under rock, underground, under stone, and is coming out like, I'm ready to fuck and I'm ready to fight.
I'll add to broaching like uncomfortable topics. Inferno's entire thing was religious trauma. The two of the characters were both from the Crusades, one of which was a gay member of the Crusades who lost their lover in the conflict. Another one was a priest who did the Dante's Inferno thing of blessing everyone so that they would be absolved of sins before they went into the Crusades, which you can't do because that's not a thing that you have the power to do. And I think my cast is incredible. I adore that cast. But I think like that was still one of my favorite things I've ever done. I'm still sitting on the sequel because I have the books. I don't know. My confidence of running Apocalypse is the lowest of any other thing. I'll take an entirely new system before I touch Apocalypse right now.
Just port it, dog. Port the story.
It's not even the system. It is because it's just 5e again. But like it's the story of Apocalypse that I'm like I need time on that one. That's a big project. That's a big.
The topic of what I'm about to say is entirely a joke. The topic of hard to hit subjects. Javante, what's been going on with Vampire the Masquerade, man? Why aren't you free on my Sundays for my campaign, buddy? What's going on?
It is conventions and people getting sick. I have no control over that.
No, that's fine. I noticed Vampire the Masquerade was playing, and I was like, we could have been playing. But also, I was like, I'm thankful for this because I haven't prepped a single fucking thing.
Yo, Vampire the Masquerade, you give me a Nosferatu and I will give you a fucking headache. I tell you that right now.
I will say out of the games that I was in, that's like this, like not approaching the ones that I was in with you all, because clearly like top 10 games that I'm in with any of y'all. But to broach one that like I loved, that I didn't think I was going to be as into as I was, but I was in a Wander Home game on House of Dreams.
I think I caught that once or twice.
That was one of the most emotionally taxing games. Playing a former soldier suffering from survivor's guilt.
So what is Wander's Home? I noticed it was very animal.
Wander Home is very think Redwall post-war.
Okay.
The game is I love this style of game of the players help create the world.
Yes.
Kind of game where you give you give an idea of stuff, and the characters then mold and shape because they add on to it. So if I give you a location, I'll then go like, hey, blah blah blah. What else is there that and they provide some things for that. And the biggest thing with it is this is a non-combat game.
Oh.
There's no fighting.
Okay.
The entire point is the story.
I love that.
And telling that tale. There's very few. I don't think I rolled a dice a single time. It is fully based around like narrative control. That game emotionally taxed me. Having a character who has like a surrogate mom, who survivor's guilt, who had renamed herself Chuki, which is Swahili for hate. She had renamed herself that because she lost her identity in the war. Like, is fully committed to this person who despises herself because she lived through a tragic war, like lost all of the people she cared about. I had an amazing time. And the party was incredible and told such great stories. And I've become friends with them. Like, they're fantastic. I love those guys so much. Wander Home was amazing.
I wish I could show, and I've mentioned this in Arc Stream before. I wish I had the power to show more emotion during TTRPGs, during games. I'm sure it'll happen eventually. I'm sure at some point, Javante, you'll get to me. But like, I really would love, or Arc, I really would love for it to happen, because I love those moments, and I love seeing those moments. The most emotionally taxing, because it's not emotionally taxing at all, character I'm playing is divorced dad. And there's like
I'm doing everything in my power to fuck you up.
Oh, I know.
Make it happen.
I know.
You pick
man.
the two worst ones to try to make it happen. We'll make it happen.
Oh, I hope it does. I really hope it does. And going back to the topic of difficult subjects, one of the campaigns I'm currently running, which has been a blast. The entire setting of The Witcher is a difficult subject. The amount of like evil and disgusting things that happen in the setting of The Witcher, and I won't go into too many details for the sake of things, but I had, I did the classic humans are the villain. I had Nilfgaardians ransack a home, use your imagination.
Yep.
And the players are about to murder them in the next session. And that's been so good. It's been a lot of fun. Panda is our resident Witcher.
Something really funny about there only being one Witcher in your game of the week.
Well, hold on.
Well, yeah.
Well, hold on. Well, hold on.
I just double checked the chat there to make sure I was in the coast and clear for this. In that same vein, in the world of The Witcher, Javante, you'll like this. Those of you here in chat, you're going to get a sneak peek of a character coming here in the near future. I'm playing a Witcher.
Yeah,
I will be guest appearing there. My character comes from a village that was blighted, and he and his childhood best friend, they were both 7, 8 years old at the time, were the only survivors of it. And the village doctor, after so many people passing from it, handed the two boys his last 2 clean scalpels and said, "Please provide mercy to everyone else in the village." And so these 2 little boys then went through the village, and everyone who was sick, they gave mercy to. And he collected thumbprints on the silver coins of the village from everybody that he did that to. Well, by the end of it, his best friend, his childhood best friend, became infected from all of the mercy that was given. And so he then had to give that same mercy to his best friend. And the doctor said, I have to clear the bodies, and I already know that I'm sick, so I'll be the last one on the fire. Go here. You will benefit so much more from life going here. And was sent to a secret sect of the Serpent Witchers. And instead of the iron and steel blades, he takes in mutagens constantly of all of the creatures, and is known across the lands as the Chimera Witcher, because he only takes the look human mutagen, the detoxifying one. It doesn't detoxify him, it just inhibits all of the other things in his body at this point in time, so he looks like a regular person to everyone else. And he's super chipper and happy and like, "Oh, you guys need a monster killed? I'll do it, we'll take care of it, 50 gold, put it over there."
Can I just say, I fucking love Ark so goddamn much, because he sent me this idea and I was like, no notes, it's perfect. Cinema.
and it's to balance. Javante knows it. We've spent so much time together. It's to balance the horror, the darkness, the evil that is there by being a character whose entire person physically is a monster, is something that would be hunted, would be feared, would be chased away and thrown on a tree or on a fire or something like that. But to humanly be, how are you doing today? I just finished. I cleared the fields for you. Everything should be fine. I can't be out when the sun rises, though. So enjoy your safe fields. The wolves will no longer terrorize your animals. I'll be in this stable over here. Also, I left you all of the gold that was on their bodies, all of the jewelry that was hidden away by the people keeping these wolves. Here you go. Enjoy. Have a great one. I'm gonna go nap in your stables until the sun goes back down.
I can't wait, Ark. I can't wait, and I'm very excited to announce that there's a really good chance that we're gonna have Luke from Set Sail as well guesting in The Witcher, which will be very, very awesome. Who knows what's gonna happen there? I sent him the PDF for the system a while ago. He's all into it. My last bit of
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say my last bit of TTRPG stuff for the year. Before either of you want to go on before we change topics here, before we change talking points as I have it on screen, is for Christmas I got Lord of the Rings 5e.
Yes.
And there is a good chance that I will be running something next year. And the reaction from Ark tells me I should invite him.
Look, invite me, don't invite me. I'm excited nonetheless. That's my whole vibe.
But I'm very excited. It came with a it fell. It came with a fucking paper map. I'm
the
so
Lord of the Rings 5e's
excited.
map is goated.
I'm so excited for this. I'm so excited to run it. I also, for Christmas, hey guys, if we ever need details about magic items, I got the full box. I'm very excited for that. That's kind of all me for TTRPGs that have been going on this year. Anything remaining for you guys? Anything you guys want to bring up before changing up the topics?
Vocarium.
Yes.
So excited for Victoria.
I
want it. I want to
Core
run
rule
it.
book is finished. Core
I
rule
wanna
book
run
is
it.
completely finished. Just
Give
like
it
all
a
my
look.
other projects, no art because your boy broke and not gonna try and get people to give me art for free. And I for damn sure I'm not AIing fucking anything.
No.
Give me the book.
But
I want to run it.
187 pages currently without like the forward and my Lighthouse gaming license, which lets you run the game, create stuff, do whatever you want with it, to build your own fucking community channel, anything, as long as you aren't a bigot or piece of shit, and then I legally get to take it all away from you.
And where can we find this, Ark?
Oh, you can find all of those things at arclightcourt.com, but you can also purchase the books on my Instagram at arclightcourt. There's a cool little link that just says "My Books." You just click there, and you can buy physical and digital copies of them. But Vocarium, we have had the wonderful opportunity of getting to know each other, sharing a table together, become amazing friends. Javante has been around for the beginning of Vocarium when it was called Magi Veil of Mana. And it was... The best way I can say it is I idolized the idea of the game so much that I was afraid of releasing it. I was afraid of any negative responses to it, or afraid of people not being able to understand it, whatever the case may be. I loved it so much that I was afraid to just put it out there. Like that is how much time and energy was put into it. That I eventually took my own advice that I typically give all the homies when they want to write stuff and put it out, which is just write it, fucking put it out. People are gonna like it, and if they don't, it just wasn't their flavor of game, and that's perfectly fine. So I took the soul of MVOM and rebuilt the body, essentially, and it has become something so much greater than what MVOM was initially that I am so happy and excited for it. And then the last thing is, of course, the amazing, massive fucking project that I have heaved onto my own shoulders, but is absolutely necessary. MGU, Morphing Grid University, and Power Rangers Solaris Voyagers. Solaris Voyagers going to be with a hard bar to reach or surpass, but I'm gonna fucking try to make this bigger than Arcanites was. And MGU being the first West Marches TTRPG, Power Rangers TTRPG, the largest Power Rangers TTRPG actual play, with 40 plus cast members, 3 different consecutive storylines, that's going to span and interconnect and tie to one another. And Renegade Games, I know some of you game companies be peeking in on what Pie's doing because the messages Pie's gotten about The Witcher. Renegade, fucking call me. I got way too much going on with your game system to not be contacting me.
That's gonna be so fucking exciting, dude.
So
Playing,
hype.
I've been told before, I know shit about Power Rangers, and that's gonna be told through my character, and it's gonna be great.
Perfectly fine.
Perfectly
Perfectly
fine.
okay.
You were in the best hands. Oh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, Javante's in one of those teams. Pie's in one of those teams. Panda and Holly are in one of those teams.
And it's great that
so
only
many people.
2 of the Blood and Cinders crew are on a team together.
It's not like it was intentionally done that way. Or anything.
Yeah, no. I'm so excited.
Oh,
How about you, Javante? Any final TTRPG notes before changing topics?
That. Well, in the exact same vein of Arc with Vocarium, and essentially, again, competitively inspired me to do stuff. Me quietly working on my own TTRPG in the background. It is
stop quietly working on shit.
well. It is now at the point. Well, it is now at the point where I'm like, I need to play test. I need to see this in action. So I'm going to play test it now. Acts of Sodom. I get to talk about it now too, because now it's like at the point where I don't care. But I was hyper inspired by Cyberpunk, and then of course by Power Rangers. I was weirdly specifically inspired by Black Rock Shooter, which is a fantastic anime, but I wanted to broach the concept of quasi-techno-religious. So I guess how the Mechanicum views things, but in a much more cyberpunky fashion. So we get daemons, Daemons, which act as a infected code into the body that allows you to have not just enhanced physical attributes, but they also act as a suit. Not so much Power Rangers, but more like a symbiote. And they also allow you to have a giant form, because some threats are much greater than others. But I'm very excited. It is at the point to play test, so I'm going to.
Yes.
That's actually a thing I'm starting in the new year.
Hand it the fuck over.
Well, this is a thing that I'm gonna broach with the Blood and Cinders group specifically. Of hey, before we jump back in, does anyone mind if we stream a play test? I want to see this game in action. So
Hell
that's
yeah.
what's happening. Outside of that, I have to wait until January, but Outgunned Superheroes is coming out, and I have already planned out my entire pathway of making everybody's superhero film as a one-on-one TTRPG and then bringing them all together for an Avengers style movie. So that's a plan.
That's awesome.
Going forward. And of course, Godzilla, the TTRPG is coming out.
Listen,
and I here's the thing, I'm not going to, but my brain just said, if that comes out, might drop a game just to run. Because if there's a thing that I am more known for,
You can take a seasonal break. That's fine.
Yeah,
I'll take
listen,
a-
I was-
take a-
Loads to be
I
like
might take
season ends
season.
here.
I was
might take a
literally-
season, just be like,
I was literally about to say, like, if you ever want to run these games on a Blood and Cinders day, I don't think I would complain.
Yeah, there will be points where I'm going to be like, I'm going to take a slight break from this to do these things, because I talked about it in the chat, but it is very funny that my goal initially was to be the horror TTRPG streamer. I like horror games much more than anything else, and then I ended up just being the anime D&D guy, which is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
It fits my wheelhouse perfectly fine, but I thought it was really funny. But no, I think I posted about it, but my goal was like this year was establishing myself as like I am a streamer. I actively will stream. I will do games. I like doing that. Coming year is making me an undeniable person. Someone that is, no, you want me to do these things. You will ask me to do these things. You will have me at your tables. It's the competition with Ark and Paige. The consistency of like, no, I'm shoving myself into that triangle where I'm now the one being asked to be and shit now.
Hypnotic said he saw the Godzilla TTRPG at PAX U, which means it's getting closer and closer to being in the hands of the masses. Which
I'll get it in Javante's hand in like a week.
I also listen. Speeds talking about replacing before we move on. Talking about replacing Blood and Cinders days. The offer is still out there. Like I have a end of the world zombies game ready to rock whenever you want a break day. I'll just say
a whole table of people that are like, "Yo, you want a break? We'll run something." For
It's
you.
you truly do.
It is
Like
so funny.
like a full
everyone
table.
here, like Holly has been like, I'll run a Zenless Zone Zero game. Panda wants to run a game. You want to run a game. Ark wants to run a game. I'm like, I am so much more comfortable being a DM that it's funny.
If you ever need a
absolutely,
break,
I will take the break.
If you ever need a break and want to be a player, all I'm saying is my end of the world game is going to send all of you're gonna play your real selves, of course, which is gonna be the funniest thing when I say, Ark, introduce yourself and then introduce yourself. But all I'm saying is,
the only other thing that I'm excited about doing, by the way, that I've been patiently sitting on, because it's like, well, I need a point to do this and I want to do it right, because I think it's a fun series that I need to do it in a way that I like, which is I've been sitting on the Planet of the Apes TTRPG since it
that's
released.
a thing.
It's not only oh my god,
Yes.
and it's based off of the 80s Planet of the Apes movies, so I'm like, I've been sitting on that since it released. I've been sitting on 2 versions of that, by the way, because I have the new one, but also there was one from years ago, like mid 2000s, called like
It was right around when the Mark Wahlberg
yes, but
Planet
it was like
of the Apes came out, when they were trying to
called, like,
push 4th edition and became 3.5.
yeah,
but
it's like Terra Primate or something, but I've had that sitting on it too. But
So-
no, I have the Planet of the Apes game and I want to run it.
It's its own system, or is it Everyday Heroes? It sounds like it being Everyday Heroes.
It's its own. I think it's its own system.
Okay.
Because it's not based off of Everyday Heroes. It's its own thing. And you get to, and the idea is that you actually are playing as the apes in most of them. You can play as a human, but who the fuck wants to do that? Give me the apes.
Yeah, I was
other
gonna
than
say
Ark.
this is like I'm raising my hand too, because listen, unfortunately, the coolest part of the Avatar movies are the humans and their technology.
are just the guys?
Yeah,
Just the
are
dudes.
just the guys. I haven't seen the new one yet, but like the very first Avatar. Come on, man! You're telling me you don't want to play a human in one of those giant fuck off mechs with the giant Bowie knives and the like? Come on!
I'll be so honest. This might be a good segue to the next topic. I cannot express to you how mid I think the Avatar series is.
It's not the next. That's not the next topic. But you know what? We're gonna come back.
We'll
to
find
that.
a way.
We'll
find
find
a
a
way.
back with the circle because the next
James Cameron, you hack.
the the next. I mean, I guess you know if it traumatized you because the next talking point I have is just life events. You know what's been going on in our lives, what's been happening throughout the year. So I mean, if you know. Avatar traumatized you, sure, that fits into life events. And
The two things that occurred is I got a different job and I lost my car for like 4 months and got my car back. My life is so boring. My life is simple, which I love. I love my simple life. Hi, child. I love my simple, boring, nothing occurs. Like, my dad got out of jail, and I've just been texting him, and he made fun of me for going to karaoke on Christmas.
Hey, yo, fuck him. Talk to
we
my
should
boy
go.
like that.
We should go visit him. It was very funny because he was like, "Yeah, I had like a nice time with me and my dogs. And what did you do?" I was like, "I went to karaoke. I had a peaceful time." He's like, "You would go to karaoke." I'm like, "I don't. What is that supposed to mean? You're a Cowboys fan. You don't get to say shit about me."
Indeed, there is an arc here, Detois. Indeed,
Yes,
a wild arc in the world.
I'm gonna go feed my cat, by the way, but y'all can keep going.
You're good.
Wait.
I don't know if you have a light topic, but my life event topic arc is kind of a downer. It's kind of a little bit. So if you have something that you'd like to go first,
I got, I think, just as equal in bad downs in my life. But you know, positives from this year. We released TTRPGs. We released games that we've worked on stream, that we've written with people in the community, that we created and just put out there. We stopped holding back. We stopped being afraid. We took our own advice. You know, Pocket World Anthology, Heroes, Tokusatsu TTRPG, the Volcarium, Static Silence Quick Starter, working on Immortal Arena, the Mortal Kombat TTRPG with Javante. Just a lot of writing, a lot of creating, a lot of doing, a lot of accomplishing. Getting invited to a lot of conventions, unfortunately having to not go to a lot of conventions. Got to do panels and an actual play at MysticCon this year, their second year of this convention, and they sold out yet again. Vendor alley full of locals and other TTRPG companies and peoples, a bunch of creators, a bunch of writers. I got to meet back up with one of my former commanders, Luke Gygax, who I served in the army with, and when we ran into each other, went, "Hey, I know you." And then the guest of honor badge on Luke's chest and the guest of honor badge on my chest was like, "You do Dungeons and Dragons?" And my brain at no point in time while serving with him ever correlated that his last name was Gygax and was related to the creator of Dungeons and Dragons, let alone his son. That never happened. I had hundreds of meetings with this man. We coordinated feeding entire battalions together, and never once. I ran Dungeons and Dragons games for his NCOs and soldiers, and never once had that ever occurred. But yeah, doing that, a lot of fun. But mostly it's just been putting the games out into the world that I have heard people for years say that they have wanted to play, that they've wanted to see, that I've wanted to play, that I've wanted to see, and just writing them, creating them, and releasing them. And then there was a lot of bads, just a whole truckload of bads. Medical trigger warning for people in chat. My dad got diagnosed with cancer. I lost 7 family members in the span of 2 weeks. whole thing. Children getting my two youngest getting fully diagnosed, and starting to get into the programs and things necessary to help them and get them all the tools and things that they need. The final sale of my former security company that didn't end up leading to me having to sue my own brother for burning that company into the ground when I had to step away from it. Yeah, it has been an eventful year for the Lighthouse. I'll say that much.
I have to get up to get one of my big moments here, but I can still chat. Going to New York Comic Con this year and getting to meet the ever amazing human being that is Matthew Mercer. And let's see if this will show on camera. I certainly hope so.
Oh yeah.
I got him deciding how do you want to do this in my Tal'Dorei Reborn book. Also, Detroit says you've come a long ways, Arc, and it's amazing.
I'm trying.
That was definitely a high. I went to Florida for the first time this year. My first ever time going to Florida. I went with my little sister for her birthday. We did all three parks. We did Disney, we did Universal, we did Epic Universe. That shit was so much fun.
Roller coasters?
I did, and I don't like roller coasters. I will say, we did Disney first. We did Toy Story. The first roller coaster that I've been on since maybe I was 12. We did Slinky Dog. I had a little bit of an outburst. I got a little mad. I wasn't expecting the drop, and I was pissed off. I was white-knuckling the bar. I walked away from my family mad. I was like, how dare you put me on that? And then I sucked it up, and I was like, you know what? I'm glad I got that out of the way now, so I can go on more roller coasters in Universal. You know, get the fear and anger out on the first one. So I'm good
all
for
the
the next.
vitriol out on the Slinky Dog Toy Story ride,
Yeah.
so I can enjoy.
Yeah, the Slinky
Universal
Dog
rides.
Toy Story ride that's meant for 5-year-olds. I got mad because I wasn't expecting it because I'm a baby when it comes to roller coasters.
No, that's fair. That's fair. You put me in a room full of birds, you're gonna come back to either me in a fetal position or a lot of feathers. One of the two is gonna happen.
My mom
I
once
guess
got
the
attacked
thing-
by a toucan at the zoo.
I guess
See?
the thing that did do for me was I did go to my first, I had my first vacation in years. I did go to Orlando, Florida with my wife.
Nice.
And we did Epic Universe, which was awesome.
It was very awesome. Me and my other family members who I went with, we do have the opinion though that if you're gonna go, wait a few years for them to have more. It was good, it was awesome, but it being like the brand new thing, you know, definitely wait a couple years. I will say the Mario section of the park was so much fucking fun because each of the sections of the park, you go through a portal, you go through a themed portal, and the portal for Mario is you go up an escalator, but it's the warp pipe, and as you're going up, it plays the sounds. Holy shit, Ark, when you go through and you exit Peach's castle, the vibrancy of the Mario land, dude, it didn't feel real. It didn't look real. So many red, so many blue. It did not look real.
And then each one of the sections in the Super Mario World, there's also mini games that you can do that aren't even tied, aren't like, oh, you have to be in line for the ride to do this. No. You could just go and do the mini games only if you want to.
Yeah, and the finale of beating Bowser Jr. Oh my god, it's so good. I will say though, because of how new it is, my feet were destroyed. Waiting in the Donkey Kong roller coaster ride, I had to take my shoes off and walk on my socks because I was like, oh, I can't. But that was a blast. And also, to answer your question, Futwa, how do you get attacked by a toucan? We were at the Bronx Zoo. They have a bird atrium area that just has free flying birds, and I guess the toucan was pissed off at my
Hell.
mom.
Hell. That is hell on earth.
But,
That right there.
But yeah, going on that vacation, going to Florida was a blast. I do think it's a very close tie between regular Universal and Epic for which one I preferred, because Epic's very cool. Like the Dark Universe section was awesome. The Mario section was awesome. I bitched out for the How to Train Your Dragon because the roller coasters there are terrifying.
That's fair.
Universal, I met fucking Optimus Prime and Bumblebee. Let's see. I know it's a hot topic these days, but I'll just blatantly say, fuck the person, but I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I read the books when I was younger. I love the series. I love the setting. Fuck the person behind it, though. The Harry Potter
100%.
The Harry Potter section of Universal,
It's incredible.
Yeah, walking into Diagon Alley and seeing the fucking dragon.
Yeah, it's
Holy
one of the coolest.
shit.
I mean, I will full on say Lexi and I had one of the absolute best times of our life in the 2 Harry Potter sections in Epic Universe and in Universal Studios. Amazing. It was so cool.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, like you said, like fuck the person. Absolutely.
Mhm.
But like in my opinion, and I'm just a fuckhead on the internet.
Aren't
In
we
my
all?
opinion, yeah, in my opinion, it goes back to the performative allyship. Yeah, fuck the person, but do stuff in a way that will give back to the community as opposed to just not doing anything.
Yeah.
Because just not doing something is easy. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't. You don't have to do shit. Nobody has to do anything.
Yeah,
but
that's
if you
like-
do something, it means so much more.
Oh yeah, like
It means
I love my trans homies. I love my LGBTQ homies. You know, fucking more power to them. I'll retweet shit all day. I'll share shit all day. But like you said, fuck the person. I grew up with Harry Potter, right? You know, I love this series, and I think I'm adult enough to be able to say, you know, I can still enjoy the series and support my friends.
Bro, Haim Saban supports fucking the IDF, and I proudly yell out "Free Palestine" every fucking time. But I'm still playing. I'm running Power Rangers. It ain't Haim Saban's
Yeah.
Power Rangers. This is Arc Court's Power Rangers when
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
run it. And we know
Yeah.
how shit goes over here.
And like I'm
I'm about that light over here.
like I'm getting giddy thinking about it, and I will share it. I got my own wand. I got my own wand.
yeah.
And it's my actual wand. I did Pottermore. It's my actual wand. It's unicorn hair and like birchwood. Oh my god, you guys.
I got Voldemort's. Lexi got like the Phoenix wand.
I wanted Sirius Blacks, but holy fuck, they were sold out.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You guys, I shared the video with you guys, but Galaxy's Edge, when I went through and saw the stormtroopers, you guys saw the dumb look on my face. I turned into a little kid. Holy shit, dude. I had a smile. I had a permanent dumbfound smile on my face for all of Galaxy's Edge.
There is a thing about like real life and like the things that happened in 2025 that I'm so happy for. And it is genuinely like making the 2 groups, and technically the 3rd, but making the groups that we're a part of. Like, the concept of forging a family was so important to me and to you and like all of us to have it now, to be like, no, these are my peeps. Like, I can share random bullshit. Like, I can vent. I can just whatever and just talk.
Oh
And
yeah, dude.
not just about games, but just have a great time. The fact that I've been reinfected with playing Warframe,
fact that-
notwithstand,
The 3 of us are here now just talking shit.
we're just talking, which is awesome.
Yo, Pi activated that when he said I can get a motorcycle in the game, and since Javante is hell bent on never giving me a fucking motorcycle, that's the only place I can get
I'm
one.
not hell bent on not giving you a motorcycle. You just haven't activated the right parameters
And
yet. It's
you know,
happening.
like on
I
the
don't
topic
need
of like making a family, I'm gonna gush real quick, guys. I'm gonna be heartfelt.
Do it.
Not allowed.
Arc, dude, like genuinely, you might be one of the best fucking players ever I've ever got a chance to be aside with. I
Big lie.
fucking love playing with you, dude. Like you go in, man. Like role play, like you are in it, and it is so amazing to see. Having you as a player is great because you care about the story. You message me like, hey, what can I do to fit the story? How can I aid to this? You know, how can I push the narrative? That's like a GM's dream right there. I'm just gonna stammer over my words how much you're the best, man. You truly are. Yeah.
I'm just a dude.
I'm gonna come over there and I'm gonna hug you so hard.
Say less. It's
Uh,
raining. We'll make it romantic.
I sent Ark a TikTok that's just like always there for you in every lifetime. Parentheses threatening.
I'll find you in every life, threateningly.
and like on the
Worst
other
part
side,
is, it was all birds in the video too.
oh. On the other side, Javante, holy shit, man, one of the best DMs I've ever had the chance to be in a game with, dude. I have stolen so much shit from you. The cutaway at the end of a session to reveal another scene is like so good. The way you describe things, you get me hooked, man. Like I'm on the edge of my seat every Blood and Cinders session, and genuinely, like, legitimately, this is the legit story. I'm browsing Twitter one day. I see, no offense, a random fuck posted, hey, come join my game. And I'm like, oh, okay, let me look into this. I have time on my hands. And I'm like, oh shit, this sounds cool as hell. Let me blah, blah, blah. My like initial like fears were like, I was never a big let me show my face guy. I always cared about my privacy. I never showed my face. And I was like, you know what? This sounds fun. Let me take a risk. And I'm glad I took that risk because not only did I meet an amazing DM, but I met amazing players. I met amazing people. The two of you are great people. And this is going to turn from sappy and loving to a bit dark here. This is the bad thing that has happened in my life recently, which is why I'm so thankful to have Blood and Cinders and to know you guys and have, be able to message you guys constantly. Trigger warning, death. My grandfather died a few months ago. He passed away. And I'm not a very emotional person. It didn't really hit me too hard. But at the same time, I think if I didn't have D&D, if I didn't have Blood and Cinders, if I didn't have so many amazing people around me to be able to pour that energy into, I'm almost confident I would have broke very quick. So on that sense of, making a family with you guys, like having this game during that moment of my life, which was only a few months ago, it's just great. I love you guys.
Homie, we love you too.
See, and I accept that.
And we're of the same thing. Like Javante was around when I lost my great grandfather, who's one of the only like elders that I had any level of connection, respect, adoration, anything for. I was with him all the way until the end. And the only reason why I wasn't there till the end is because I had to fly back to California for work. I flew all the way out. I was there with him at medical treatments. I watched him, when me and my dad got there, I watched my grandfather relax, but not relax in the way of like, oh, everything's gonna be okay, but relax in the sense of, I can stop fighting now.
I've been told that's exactly the same thing that happened with my grandfather. Like I said, I'm not a very emotional person. I'm also someone who hates those types of situations, and
Yeah.
but I will full admit I did not visit my grandfather when he was in the hospital because I hate those situations, but I'm happy in knowing that my family understand that. And even when my grandfather was in the hospital when he was, going through the motions, he was okay with that. Like I asked my family members, I asked my mom, I was like, how's he doing? Is he okay that I'm not there? And he was like, I know how, he is. He doesn't have to be here. I know he's still sending his love. So like, I'm thankful that I still have that knowledge upon his passing.
And that was the same with me during that time. And I was a mess. I am on the internet, and to many people who observe me on the internet, I am a very positive force. I'm a very positively reinforcing person. Homie support homies kind of vibes. When I am not on the internet, spoiler, I'm autistic as fuck.
Yeah.
There is either no emotion. I am a very stoic, social person, or you're getting the full 100% of the emotion at its core, depth of response. And I was a wreck during all of that. And I was talking to Javante, and I was talking to Paige. I was whole groups of people during that time. And just like you, it was, I came home, I ran Arcanites. The next day is when he passed away. Was after I ran Arcanites, and I was not okay. But at the same time, I was like, "Hey, I just need to fucking talk at someone. You don't even need to listen. I know you're going to, but you don't need to. I just need to talk at somebody for 20 minutes to recalibrate and get back to functional order." And Javante answered the phone on Discord and talked with me for almost 2 hours at that point in time, where I was just bullet point of emotion after bullet point of emotion. And then at the end of it was like, "Hey, I appreciate it." And he again was like, "You're my brother. You need to talk at somebody, talk at me. It's cool. It's fine." Similar aspect, Javante on multiple occasions has been like, "I just need to tell you about this dumb shit real quick before I lose my goddamn mind." And I'm like, "Okay, go ahead. Do you want me to tell you what I would do, or do you want to know what Will would do? Not Art. What would Will do in this situation? Because it's a whole different ballgame."
I mean, very, very obvious too with that. A lot of I don't know if it's I wear my heart on my sleeve, but I am not afraid of talking about hey, this is what's happening that's making me emotionally fucked. So if I'm going to run a thing, it'll be this. I've made it no secret, a lot of my my PTSD and my depression spiral from the same thing. So when those points come up and I don't have the spoons to deal with them, I either take a break or we're running it because I need to hyper focus on a different thing. Which having a group, especially the groups that I have for my Thursdays, and especially my typical D&D crew, loads off my mind because it's the comfort of being hey, this is what's happening. I need to vent or I need to be upset, and then we're good.
Yep. I find that to be the best thing. It's so silly. I call myself the therapist of all my friends, because the amount of times I will get just rants from my friends, and the amount of people I've helped just let talk and just get thrown out there. I'm like, I'm just gonna anoint myself as the therapist of my friend group at this point, because the amount of people that send me messages. But that's some of the genuinely some of the best ways to really strengthen a bond and a friendship is just rant. If you can rant to your friend and have a back and forth, that's some of the best. I fully rant to Panda. I'm not even gonna lie. Panda has been on the receiving end of a pie rant. it's just good to be able to have that in friendship.
Oh yeah, 100%. And the best part to it is like when your foundation of friendship starts in that way, and not in like trauma bonding is trauma bonding, and military and my fucking upbringing speak for that loads. But me and Javante met doing a Coyote and Crow one shot, where I was me, Paige, and Javante were in it. I am in no way connected to the First Nations by any means, so I came into it with a very high standard for myself of I am going to present this in the most respectful, most positive, most capable way that I have at my fingertips as a storyteller, as a performer, as anything. And in the midst of those conversations, Javante made a comment about Power Rangers, and I was like, Power Rangers? Yo, so this came out and this is what's going on and this is what's, and he responded back and I was like, yo, let's just spend the next 3 hours talking about this and not make our characters until almost 20 minutes before the stream starts.
That's great.
And then from there, me and Javante have countless times been in just voice calls with each other where it's like, hey, I need you to listen to this dumb shit for me real quick, just so I can not have to think about it anymore, because if I say it out loud, then it's good. And then Javante would be like, no, that's fucking stupid. I'm glad you got that off your chest, because they're idiots. Or Javante will come to me and be like, will you listen to this? And then lay some shit on me, and I'm like, yo, just give me their social security number. Just the last four to their phone number. It's fine.
I am so like, I come up as I think really diplomatic about situations with all my Discord friends, because it's like, oh yeah, I'll talk about it, I think it's a solution. And then unironically, I am perceived as like the bad guy in all of the servers that my wife has run that I have been a mod on, because I am so not like, I don't care. You needed to learn. You're an adult.
You do dumb, experience consequence.
Unfortunately for me, I would love to just be mean, but I tend to try to see the good, and so I end up being Sweden. I end up being neutral. In whenever there's like a conflict or whatever, I'll see both sides. I wish I could. I mean, I think I'm a mean person, but
So here's what you do: you make an alt account. You don't have your name tied to it at all. And that's the one where you say what you want to say.
Yeah. All right, guys, if you see an account pop up in any of these servers that's suddenly just a dick.
Cake lad.
Yeah.
Instead of pie guy.
Yeah.
Lad.
Yeah. Exactly. The anti-pie guy.
I have to broach something, by the way, because this was a conversation
baker.
I popped into this while it was being talked about, and we're talking about real life stuff, so I guess I could go into this. Heroes was incredible. Heroes was one of the best shows, and it inspired one of my
addiction,
absolute
adoption,
So
multiracial couples, immigration, free living. Like
It also had
touched
one of my
everything.
favorite. It had one of my favorite underrated superpowers, which was muscle recall, which is the coolest power that nobody talked about. Whereas, like, oh, if you see something, you can mimic it perfectly.
Yep.
Which I thought was funny, because the first thing she mimicked was Rey Mysterio 619.
All right, so I have to watch this.
Oh, Heroes is incredible.
amazing. Not only for this, I will sing the praise of storytelling. I will sing the praise of lore and depth and things of that nature. The fact that this show, and I think it came out like 2004. Let me double check.
2002, I want to say. God, it was so good.
2006. It came out in 2006. Okay?
Oh, it was in Prison Break era. Let's go.
Yeah. The fact that this show came out in 2006, and even today,
Oh, Jesus.
like even today, is still such a beautiful letter and call and response to all of the same situations that are still happening. even from 2006. So when there are people who go, "Oh, it was never this bad in the 90s. It was never like this in the early 2000s." No, motherfucker, go watch Heroes. Just watch the first season of Heroes and tell me that there weren't people who were extremely xenophobic. Tell me that there weren't people who were still harping on interracial marriages. Tell me that there weren't people who didn't trust the police. Okay, like, tell me none of this was occurring or happening back then. Watch this show, please. Just do that and then tell me. Tell me that the opioid, crisis in the United States wasn't a thing in the early 2000s, because the guy who sees the future, trigger warning, does heroin to see the future. Okay, like, everything is there. Everything is there, and it's done beautifully.
There was an incredible comic book. I don't remember if it had a series. I just remember the comic. And it was kids in a college all gain superpowers, but it's based off of what they wanted at, like, the time that they were given the powers.
Yes.
So one of them was
of them
was a dude who
Is it the
wanted
British
to be
show?
I don't know, but I just remember
I know
that
this.
one of them was a guy that wanted to be incredibly intelligent, but only when he was drunk. And that has stuck with me because it's such a funny concept.
It's
I'm like,
great.
it's great. You give stupid frat boys the power
Misfits?
to make the ability. It might have been Misfits. I just remember how funny I thought that concept was, and I wish that got explored in more things. I'm a little happy that we're getting more superpowered media. It is. I think it's a little upsetting that it's kind of the same superpowered media over and over, but
I will say this in regards to all levels of superpowered media. I love Heroes. I have loved Heroes. I watched it when it first came out, all the way through, all that kind of stuff. I love comic books. I love superheroes in general. I cannot explain to you why, but My Hero Academia draws out such visceral emotions in me. Like, I will genuinely start weeping, like full-blown ugly tear face weeping during scenes on there. I find myself shaking and upset when it starts talking about, like, the father-son relationship between Shoto and fucking Endeavor,
it's
or
very
Dabi
good.
and Endeavor. Like, there's something in that, and I think it again calls to how well written the characters are and the world feels, because even though we know the show is about Deku and he's going to be the #1 hero in the future, but this is the story of how he gets there. We get so much. Kirishima embodies everything that I was going from junior high to high school. I was afraid, I was a coward, I was bullied, I was picked on, all of those things. When I went into high school, I cut my hair, I stopped wearing my glasses, I put on like 65 pounds of muscle and just became like the person from all of the books, TV shows, video games that I wanted to be like, and then that's who I became. Kirishima's story of that, identifying with the chivalrous hero. It wasn't Red Riot, but it was something similar to that. That he dyes his hair red. He does this because he got scared of not standing up against a villain who was approaching people on the street. People were making fun of him because, oh, you turn your skin into rocks, big deal, that he spent an entire summer training to become strong enough to protect people and be like the character. Like, there's something in that show. There's drugs in that TV show, in that anime, that just draws those visceral emotions out of me.
And I mean, I will back that up too. For reasons that I think are very obvious for you, Ark, Shigaraki's story hurts me so much. I adore My Hero Academia. It is one of my favorite. It is in my top 5 anime, like, of the past.
I've recently started watching it. I've fallen behind a little bit. I'm at the start of season 3. It is very good. I think I don't remember names well because it's been a hot minute since I watched it, but I love the Shadowbird guy.
Toya.
Yes.
Not Toya. Yeah.
Tokuyami.
Tokiyami.
Yes, he's awesome.
Love him. I hate birds and I love him.
He's.
I was
really
like, Ark's
cool.
love-hate relationship with this character.
The
Yeah.
fictional birds I'm cool with.
Um,
It's the real ones that fuck with me.
I'm sure it's not a surprise, but I fucking love All Might.
Of course.
Even All Might, like even
The Superman
All Might-
character.
Mm-hmm.
but he's not Superman.
But he's not
Like,
Superman.
He's fallen into that archetypical Superman character to the public,
Mhm.
but he's not Kal-El and Clark Kent.
Yeah.
Like he is just All Might. Like even when he's hurt, even when he's in his like shrunken real form of his body, like he is still All Might.
Mhm.
The same things he would say to make people inspired are the same conversations he's having with these like hurt children
Mhm.
at that same level. Not as grandiose, but he's like, look, you can be greater than the good you believe you are. Like you absolutely are capable of this. Just push. I can't push you. They can't push you. You have to.
It helps that he's voiced by Chris Sabat. It
Yes,
really
also
does.
true.
Oh. Piccolo telling you to get up is
Let's see the last two talking points I have, which I mean honestly, one of them is just what we've been doing. My final talking point was just chatting.
Yeah,
But my
based.
third real talking point for this kind of year in review to kind of end out the year is what's everyone's expectations and wants for the new year? What are you guys looking forward to in 2026? What's in the pipeline? What's everyone vibing for? I know I'm very excited just for more games in general. Power Rangers, Lord of the Rings, whether it's my own games, I'm really looking forward to. I am very much someone who stays in the house, but I've been getting out a lot more, going to the movies and everything. So I think 2026 is going to be the year where I try and push for that more. But for me, I think just my wants for the new year is, guys, let me play in your games more.
Bet.
bet. I mean,
Say
I've
less.
said I kind of said the thing that I want to do, which is that I do want to be into that position to where my name is always like in that list. I don't
You're
care.
already in my list.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, in a generalized
Yeah,
fashion
yeah.
of like being undeniable. That's kind of where I'm at. I want to continue the path that I'm on and just bigger. Aside of that, like, I've talked about the games that I'm excited for. I'm debating if I want to do full-on like video game streams. I've always debated if I want to do that, and that's mostly because the games that I would play are not good streaming games.
Listen, man.
Like, I don't think,
all I'm
like,
saying,
I don't know
join
if
us
people
for some
want to see me
rivals.
play. I'll probably join for some rivals. Like, I don't know if people want to see me play Hearts of Iron 4 on the stream.
Listen. I've played demos of roguelites that never saw their final fucking reveal. I have not completed a single video game that I have started on stream, not once. And if I have, I completed it off stream and then came back later and was like, hey guys, I already beat the game because I couldn't stop playing after I closed stream. So yeah, it's done.
And listen,
Like-
in
like-
defense
like
of
when-
playing Hearts of Iron, people love watching Total War and Civilization.
True, but like that's less micromanaging than Hearts of Iron. I will say, if I do a game stream, it's probably gonna be when the DLC for Dynasty Warriors Origins drops, because I liked the hell out of that game. So it's like, okay, I gotta go.
You should
back.
host a community Royal Rumble in a WWE game and be the announcer for it.
Done.
Yeah, like
Shit.
live stream that.
Yeah.
Bro.
I-
Bro.
I made Arc in 2K25. I made a lot of people in 2K25.
Bro.
I'm very excited for 2K26. Actually, that's very true. I'm excited for 2K26. There's stuff that
that could be your gaming streams, is just create the fucking Javante Wrestling League.
Yeah.
I really could. That'd be fun.
With people as the characters in it, and then just broadcast that as if it was an actual event or an actual fucking thing.
That honestly is fun. I really could do that. I will probably genuinely just do that because
you-
I like
You
wrestling.
commentate it.
Yeah.
I
You
like wrestling
commentate it.
content. Yeah.
You can get even get other people to be your co-commentator.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd just be fun. I might actually just do that.
There you go.
I don't know. Like I don't try to do full on plans, and the reason is because I like the spontaneity. Every game that I've run for Set Sail and for Blood and Cinders has no like script or like I've never written a thing down. It is just what I want to have happen as it's occurring, and then everything else is improv. Like I have an end game in mind, but even that's like if you get there.
Yeah.
Nothing has ever been set in stone for either of my games. I have points where I'm like with Set Sail, I'm doing the Revolutionary Army thing because I wanted to do the Revolutionary Army thing. And I had that point of, once this arc is done, Revolutionary Army, do that for X amount and then go back. But there is no anything set in stone because anything can change. Like I said, who knows? I might take a season off from doing Blood and Cinders and just run Godzilla because that's probably going to be what happens because it's Godzilla and I'll murder everybody. I'm so excited for that. You have no idea.
For me, for next year, Vocarium. That is the push on that. Getting it in as many hands as possible. I want to see streams of it. I want to see other people running it. I want to see like that. I want to see that. That's my goal.
I would love to bring Morrow back. He was so much fun.
Even that, like, I want to run a. So next year, there's a lot I want to do, and in order to do a lot of those things, I have to slow down, pull back on a lot of the other things that I'm a part of. So we might be getting like a semi Yasha vibe from Orm in Blood and Cinders for a second, where he goes chase down one of the covens, or get some information, or they come and kidnap him. It's, how the fuck are you alive? Who let you out of the box?
Yeah.
Just for it, because we have MGU, we have Power Rangers Solaris Voyagers that are massive undertakings to do, and I want to do it right, and I want to make sure that in me doing it right, I'm not spreading myself so thin, because this year already was, I filmed 8 different projects this year, and not a single one of them got released by the people that I filmed with, which was very upsetting, very disheartening, because there's one in particular I gave a massive amount of energy and an amazing performance, especially in a very pivotal episode for the character that I was playing, that I brought myself to in like full-blown tears in character performing in that, and it got shelved and thrown away, and was supposed to get picked back up, and then has been radio silent that entire time. I guest appeared on 26 different channels. I did 45 one-shots throughout the year, both of my own and on other channels. I was a part of 19 different series this year. And that's not including anything of my own that was on my channel that I ran. And everything that I ran on my channel was very short. Like, I did 6 to 8 episodes of things. Next year is a big year of reestablishing for a lot of people that I am the Power Rangers guy. There is no one else who has put as much time, energy, power, and depth into an entire system compared to me, and I will say that not being humble, not trying to make myself humanized. No, I am that fucking guy. All right. but in doing so, it's also building up all of the people who are a part of it. I get to bring back some of the Arcanites. I get to bring back people who have participated in other series that have been a part of that were very well received, and get more eyes on them, not just in a like view or community eyes on them. I mean, like, I'm having conversations with comic book distributors, like online comic book distributors, about sponsoring things and individual people. I'm talking with TTRPG companies, Renegade, about fully sponsoring and pushing MGU and supporting it as a whole, and building up the Arclight Court games fucking name. Like, Pocket World Anthology did amazing. Heroes is doing amazing. Getting Vocarium into all of the right hands to see this dark, modern, occult thriller, you know, played across the internet is my big push.
And our
for
one
next
shot's
year.
doing numbers on YouTube, man. I've seen the view count.
Our one shot of Vocarium, the views on YouTube aren't even caught up with what's in my analytics for the actual views of the video.
Ooh.
So that alone already to me is like, this, people like this, people want this, people are enjoying this. Even more of a push for it. And also, for the years that I've been running and GMing, I have never once done something that emotionally deep on kickoff. Like, on the first and 10, to be that emotionally and narratively driven as Static Silence was, and as it continued to be through the whole episode. I've never done that, and there's been nothing but a positive response to, oh shit, Ark can do dark and scary really fucking good.
Yeah.
That's we ain't seen this side of him before. Let's fucking see more of this shit. But yeah, that is the wants for next year. Is it going to happen? I am a realist. MGU is going to be throwing 17 flaming chainsaws in the air and hoping I catch at least 4 of them. Because I know there's going to be some groups.
I was just gonna say, have you figured out which group you're gonna start with? I know you're planning out session zeros and everything, but do you know which group's gonna get the official first?
The very first episode of MGU is going to be similar to, funnily, like graduating. It's going to be an introduction of everybody that is in the cast. Everybody who's in the cast is going to make a little video where they say, "Hi, I'm so-and-so, but I'll be playing this person, this ranger, this motif," and then cadet so-and-so, recruit so-and-so, ranger so-and-so, and introduce the classes. And when I do the full recruit class, I'll talk about what the recruit story is going to be about. When I do the cadet class, do all their introductions, I'll talk about what the cadet story is going to be about. When I introduce all the rangers, I'll talk about what the ranger story is going to be about. And once that goes live, once that stream happens, then it's recruit, cadet, ranger, recruit, cadet, ranger, recruit, cadet, ranger, until we get to a point with any of those groups where it goes, okay, next month it will be recruit, cadet, ranger. Then it'll be cadet, recruit, ranger. Then ranger, cadet, recruit. Where the teams go, where the story progresses, will lead to, okay, these guys need 2 episodes this month instead of just the 1 and 1. This group needs just 1 episode because they're just doing some work. They're investigating, things of that nature. These guys are probably going to need 3 episodes. So I'm going to do all of the cadet and recruit stuff this month, and then next month it'll be ranger, and then wrap that up.
Yeah.
And then progress forward.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be a lot, but each one of the groups is probably going to be about 8 episodes each. And so 24 episodes ish
Okay.
for MGU as a whole for year 1.
Mhm.
And then at the end of year 1, the recruits can graduate to cadet. The cadets can graduate to ranger. Cadets can demote to recruits. Rangers can demote to cadet or
I'm
to recruit.
so sorry. I really thought you were gonna say, recruits can graduate to cadets. Cadets can graduate to rangers. Rangers just die.
They just disappear into
Yeah.
the ether. No one ever hears from them ever again.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, it's going to be at the end of the 24 episodes. The Rangers will obviously have the opportunity. Hey, do you want to stay? Would your character stay and want to continue training?
Mhm.
Would they like to go and fully join their universe now? Or have we reached a point with your character where you feel they're demoted and they need to relearn something? And how far back are we demoting? Same for recruits. A recruit can very easily skip the cadet story and jump straight to ranger if they have shown and exemplified, things of that nature. Discussion, obviously, but if that is something that's in that character's story, then we absolutely can make that jump. But I want to keep it as rotating and open and fluid at the end of it, so that when we come back for year 2, I'm hoping to tap the wonderful man to my right on the screen and go, hey, you're gonna run the cadet storyline for year 2. Reach out to another GM, probably Paige, and go, hey, you're gonna run the recruit or the ranger storyline for year 2, and I'm just gonna run the recruit storyline. And slowly I want to build out enough to where I can fully step back and then get to appear in every once in a while.
I was just gonna say, would you
running these cool stories or playing a character?
I was just gonna say, would you pop yourself in as a Power Ranger?
Oh, you think I ain't got OCs that need to see the light of some kind of table?
And I just had a question come to mind. Going back to when you were talking about Arcanites, about how you have a character who, what'd you say, kind of had like a crisis of faith or whatever and turned bad. Have you put thought into that? What if a player wants their character to kind of go down like a darker path in MGU?
Spoilers. Almost half of the cadet team are all Psycho Rangers or Dark Rangers.
Okay. Well, I think that answers my question.
No, there definitely is discussion open. More so on the recruit side, in progressing from similar to your character. And again, spoilers, if you're here fucking 6 months from now and you watch this and you go, oh, he talked about it here.
Yeah, if you watch my year in review from 2025, 6 months from now, for whatever reason.
Yeah. Whatever reason it may be.
Yeah.
The recruits are all people who got their morphers and went to morph for the first time and are pulled to this pocket dimension, pulled to this place. And this MGU is the explanation I'm creating canonly as why Rangers just know how to do these things when they morph, when they become Power Rangers. You look at Billy, Trini, Zach, Kimberly, Jason from Mighty Morphin. The first time they morph, Billy's a master martial artist for some reason, when just before that he just learned how to properly throw a punch in the beginning of the episode. Zach was only friends with Jason at the first episode, and now he's willingly throwing himself in front of attacks that are going at Trini. Like, where did this innate understanding of the powers, weapons, and capabilities that they had come from within mere moments? Well, when you take a morpher, you are pulled to this dimension where all Rangers are trained, and once you complete the training, you are sent back to that exact moment of your first morph. You don't remember training, but you instinctually now know how to call a Zord, how to pilot it, how to use a grid-wide communicator, how to put all of your power weapons together to make a giant cannon with an eagle talon for the trigger, how to use a power blaster or a blade blaster, how to morph, when to morph, how the communicators work, how teleporting works. You just know these things, but you don't remember being in the Spectrum Sanctum. You don't remember MGU. And that's the whole point behind it. So if recruits come in, like your character, and go, hey, I'm surrounded by the Crayola Navy SEALs here. I'm just a dude, okay? I don't know what you're expecting of me. And then get told that you're protector of a universe. You have these powers, but we're teaching you how to use them, not force them. And you go, no, fuck this. I don't want to do this. Send me back. Get me out of here. And they tell you, no, they can't. You're here because you have to be here. You don't get a choice in this. How do you respond to that? And if your response to that is, I'm now going to destroy this, you're telling me I can't leave? Well, I don't want anybody to be forced to come here and participate in this if they don't want to. Now me and you get to build that story and create that. And how does that affect the Ranger team who are being told by the cadre of this academy, there's a recruit who's actively attacking the power module beneath the monastery. We need you to go down there and either talk him out of it or take care of it. Now they have to contend with that, and you contending with, fuck this place, I'm out. Here's 38 pounds of tannerite and 2 lines of death word.
I'm not gonna let you influence my decisions, but I genuinely love that, because that's like the concept of, if two people got superpowers in real life, the odds of them being going actual superheroes and being good people are slim to none. Let's be honest here. If we got superpowers in real life, we likely wouldn't do good things first.
Their initial response is not always altruistic.
Yeah. And I with the idea that I've presented to you for my character, I genuinely think that, again, you're not influencing me.
I hope I am.
I think it's something my character could end up doing, because again, we both, spoilers for anyone in MGU who's watching this 6 months from now. My character very much knows nothing. I asked Ark, hey, can I just play someone who has no clue what a Power Ranger is, doesn't know what morphing is, doesn't know what this or this, because I wanted to use my own real-world knowledge of Power Rangers and have it influence my character. So I'm fully going in like, what do you mean I'm the savior of the universe? What? I was just working at Wendy's.
I can't wait for you to get through Peter's arc in Arcanites, because it's so beautiful for you with this thought process, because Peter makes you remember the first Avengers movie when Banner is holding the scepter and nobody realizes it, and he starts saying some shit that makes sense, and everybody's like, oh, it's the scepter that's making him say this, and he's like, no, I'm saying this, I just happen to be holding this at the same time. There's a moment like that in Arcanites with the Red Ranger, who is the leader of the team, who has that moment. And it's all, I'm not saying it will affect you. I'm not saying that I am swaying you one way or another, but I am saying that if this is the wheelhouse of ideas that is spinning and churning, you will love and enjoy that moment.
Perfect. And
it also reached like 3 million views on TikTok from Alec when he posted that.
And the best part there is I landed on Red Ranger for my character. I decided, you know what? Let me just be a Red Ranger.
I mean, I get to have fun, because you were talking about that exact concept, and when it comes to the Rangers, ones that are established, like, no, we've been through the shit. Like, we're here to help you all. We have our own problems, but we're supposed to teach you. And me getting to play a character whose entire persona about it is, I hate like that this is what I am because that's not what I wanted, and the person that is that isn't here. They had me do this. I don't like it. I don't like any of you. And getting to play a character that's based off of a genuine like character from a series that I like with my own spin on it and playing her the way that I wanted to, because I initially of the several ideas I had doing a stream before I chose and landed on doing Blood and Cinders, I landed on doing Set Sail, was doing a Power Rangers game. It was going to be doing a Kaiju Rangers game. And then I was like, that's Ark's thing, and I'm gonna do my own shit. But I get to do it here, and I get to do it with a character I'm excited to do it with. And fucking around with concepts that aren't Dior, who is my consummate good boy. Like, Dior will do the right thing 9 times out of 10. He just will do it in a way that makes sense
Pisses
to
off
him.
the morphing grid.
Yeah, he'll do it in a way that ticks off the morphing grid, but he'll do it correctly.
See, unfortunately, I will likely be ticking off the morphing grid incorrectly because I will just be playing myself, and myself, I'm from New York. I will be playing a New Yorker. So I'll piss someone off. The scene you're talking about with Alec.
Yeah, and that wasn't even the bad scene.
No.
I just want to throw this just real quick. Hypnotic says he's going to be, I don't know if it's now, but Hypnotic says he's definitely going to be messaging you, Ark, about this.
Bet.
Sorry, but go on, Javante.
There is, of the players that I had the most connection with, that wasn't Paige, because clearly,
Yeah.
Listen, I've been in so many games. Very clearly, me and Paige have a really good connection. Alec's character, Peter and Dior, was such a fun connection that I'm a little upset that Arcanites didn't go forever, because I could have done shit with him forever.
There was so much talk about us continuing on, but I feel like it
ended in a way that was supposed to.
It is exactly how it needed to.
I do have a question, because something I tend to do, I don't know why I do this, I tend to skip forward sometimes and just read comments. So like I was going through like episode 20, 21 of Arcanite, I just read the comments. Y'all don't have to answer this if there's bad blood or anything, but I noticed the Yellow Ranger disappears at some point in the series.
So
and it's no longer a player.
Not bad blood. I won't speak ill of the person, because Crimson was a good person. They're an amazing person. I'm glad we got to build out Gina and explore the stuff that was going on with Gina. Crimson ended up in a situation where their PC was failing. What they were using to stream, what they were using to be a part of things was failing. Things were outdated or things weren't working anymore. And it also happened to be occurring around the same time that the initial push for support of the Congo was going on, with the mining of cobalt and gold and things of that nature that were sold for computer parts and all of that. They were participating in that response, and in that the word is evading me, that demonstration against what was happening in the Congo, while simultaneously trying to ask other people to pay for computer parts to fix their computer. And we were nobody in Arcanites got paid to be a part of Arcanites. We didn't get paid for any of the subscriptions that the Initiative Order was receiving, any of the donations, any of the stuff. We didn't get a dime from any of that, which is fine. That was their business model. That was their thing. We were happy to have an established place to tell the story of Arcanites. It had unfortunately gotten to a point where they weren't able to stream or be a part of the series anymore. And so they had let me know and let the other people at Initiative Order know, hey, I am unable to do this. There's no way for me to be a part of it. So I wrote in an exit for the character that still gave them a future if they ever had the opportunity to come back. or for future series to have this character appear in later on. They then went on, and I say this in the most respectful and nicest way possible, a political activism tirade through 30 plus discords, which led to them being banned from almost 30 plus discords, by forcing people to look at or interact with images from wars and dismemberment and things of that nature at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Jeez.
And because they were in Arcanites, I got a flood of messages at 3 o'clock in the morning about this person and what they were posting from these various Discord owners' inboxes, and told all of them, they're no longer a part of my project. I haven't spoken to them in 3 weeks. If they're doing something that breaks your rules, ban them, kick them out. I don't control this person. I'm not their significant other. I'm not nothing. I ran a Power Rangers TTRPG game for them. I do not have any level of control or say in what they do. So if you need to ban them, go ahead and ban them. And then after that, they seemingly disappeared from the internet. We do know that they are still alive, and that they are still doing relatively well from what we are aware of. But they never returned back, never reached out to anybody, and that was it.
Hey, fair. I mean, I don't know the person, so all I'll say is I like the character. I like the Yellow Ranger and Arcanites. That's also not something you just drop onto people at 3 in the morning. It's respectable.
No,
it's respectable.
not.
What is
it's
so
respectable. Like if you want to protest or whatever and post all this, like respect. You know, like more power to you. You don't drop that in 30 plus discords at 3 in the morning.
I think it's really funny that the 3 people that we remained in contact post Arcanites consistently and fully forever was me, Arcanpatient. Because Brandon O'Brien dropped off. We have no idea where Brandon went.
Brandon still pops up in my streams. Brandon still checks
Okay.
in. Brandon is doing a lot more university speaking
That's fucking
about the necessity of creative writing, creative endeavors, and as well as non-tokenism and Afrocentralism from predominantly Yites people trying to force their beliefs and ideas of what the black experience is. They've reached out multiple times, but they're doing like
stuff.
big college, like
Oh, wow.
speaking at universities and shit.
It's so funny because he popped up on my Facebook and I was like, what? What do you mean? How did this find me? And then like, I just recently got to talk to Alec.
So Alec took a mental health step away from content creation and streaming and everything.
Yeah.
Which all the power positive
All power.
Yeah.
to him. But there was also a lot of behind the scenes stuff that occurred with people that he continuously worked with, that he then also had to contend with because they were in other projects that he filmed and recorded, and was like, well, now I have to scrap that entire thing. And I can't do anything with that now, even though he had already paid for all of the editing, paid for all of the art, done all sorts of stuff. There was a lot that went on with Alec. I still talk to him every once in a while. He is interested in being a part of MGU. He is in the cast,
Yeah,
but I haven't heard much from him since the initial response to it. So fingers crossed he does still, come through to be a part of it. But if he doesn't, I still got love for him. But he did what he needed to for his mental health and for the safety of the things that he had been creating and working on. So it is what it is. But Brandon, Brandon checks in wildly in between every 3 months or so. He'll pop in a random stream that I have up, and he'll be like, hey man, I miss you. I hope you're doing good. And I'm like, I miss you too. Tell me when you're free.
Yeah, seriously. Brandon became one of my favorite people. Just off the cuff, I love Brandon O'Brien. There is another member, but I'm saving that later.
Yeah, I did notice a new face while I was scrolling through comments, but I have no clue who they are.
Unfortunate decisions, business decisions, personal decisions that affected multiple people led to the separation of friendship and relationship with said person because of those decisions that negatively affected businesses, personal relationships, friendships, all of those things. And I was just as close to that person as I am with Javante and with Paige, and them doing those things and then finding out about it was a whole fucking thing. We had a lot of plans. We had a lot of things we were going to work on together. We had a lot of conversations, and
there is an unfortunate thing that, as much as Arcanine is my absolute favorite game I've ever been a part of, there is a point that you see me getting frustrated, and I do wish it wasn't coming out in the game, but there is a genuine point.
Yeah.
Ooh, is it frustration with another player?
Oh my god, it is.
Oh, I want to know who. Am I gonna see it? Should I just find out? Should I just watch?
You'll see it. You'll see it. And
ultimately, we can say it. Like,
yeah, I mean,
I've made a point of it. I've pointed it out. Hamasama-kun, who plays Schrodinger, the purple Phantom Ranger, later on, who becomes the purple Arcanite Ranger.
I remember you. This was a big thing with you and your server.
Yeah. They made horrible business decisions, made very disparaging comments about a group of performers, as well as their business partners, on stream in front of 80 plus people. On top of that, a lot of personal relationships that they were connected to, that they were lying about and doing things that they shouldn't have been doing, led to the dissolution of a lot of friend groups because of one person. And yeah, it was a whole fucking thing. But during Arcanites, they were meant to be a guest character, because I wanted to bring in 3 guest characters for the season, because we initially thought we were going to do multiple seasons until TIO closed and everything. So when I was informed that that was going to be the case, I was like, well, I can't bring in new guest characters if this is all going to shut down leading into a new season. So he became a permanent member to the cast around the same time that Crimson left the cast.
We got a Ray in the chat.
Hey.
Is that a Ray? The homie? Another amazing TTRPG content creator, game, actor, performer, cosplayer in the community. Love you. But there were decisions, and there were choices, and there were things said that
Am I gonna see it on y'all's face as I watch?
You'll see it on Travante's face, and you'll hear it in a response.
I am very copacetic with everybody. I think very genuinely, like, everyone has a place and a position. And
oh my god, we have a panda!
Oh, well, hello.
We're talking about drama a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You welcome to welcome to the 3-hour mark of the year in review, also known as the drama point.
Oh boy.
Being very genuine, I'm so copacetic with everybody. I think that everyone has a place and a position, and everything is fine. There are points where I can get frustrated, but I tend to be fine with everything as long as we're good and we can keep going with the story. I could not actively deal. It wasn't even a character thing. It is if somebody is chaos incarnate and is just doing things because it's funny, to the point that we are in the end game. And I need you to fucking stop.
Lock the fuck in.
I need you to lock in. And I mean, there is the hilarity too of like the thing that you are was what I was pushing Dior to be so violently, and that had to shift. Like, fuck. So that already by itself, but I could get over that. But
For
Schrodinger
context,
as a
for people who came in new, we're talking about arguments.
Okay, yeah, no, you said Schrodinger, I understood immediately. Like, oh, okay, yeah.
And my thing, like, Schrodinger as a character is completely opposite of Dior in every way, shape, and form. Dior is logical and logistical. Everything has to make sense and everything is ordered. Schrodinger is not. Works well if it's just the characters.
Yep.
Ham and I do not get along. So it does not work because I also don't like that.
And I think the other thing that made it so pointed for Javante too was also Javante very much knew because we talked about it so goddamn much in between sessions that Schrodinger, every episode was given an out when they were introduced. Every episode they were given a way to leave. They were given an opportunity to go, hey, I'm glad I got to be here, appreciate it, that was my character. But in the same way that they were given an out, they were given each episode that they appeared, I sent them a checklist of things to do. But I left it open enough for them to accomplish that task in whatever means they desired. Because I am not a railroading, force you to do things DM. Like, here's your goals, how you go about them is all your own kind of vibe. He would about them in some of the most heinous ways possible. That at the end of the episode, there was no choice but for him to return. Because now you also have to contend with the consequences you created.
Oh boy!
Because you created these consequences.
I'm scared to get to this point in the series now, and as a
viewer, you will enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's
but there are
incredibly
questionable
funny.
things.
It is incredibly funny rewatching it as a viewer. I specifically watched my reaction to a couple things, and I'm just like, I was actually mad.
Were they like purposely antagonistic, or were they just like hee hee hoo hoo, let me do the hee hee hoo hoo because I can?
So on initial introduction, they were meant to be antagonistic, but they were only meant to be antagonistic to one person.
Okay.
And that one person was the Red Ranger. Yes. Yeah. It wasn't Alec. We're not antagonizing
Peter.
Alec.
Sorry, Peter.
It became antagonizing Alec, but it was to prove a point to Peter. Even if somebody pushes you too far, you don't take that step. You don't break. You don't fold. You don't give up. You hold your ground. You are the Red Ranger. You are the leader. You are a Power Ranger. Even if I get in your face, spit on your visor, and tell you you're pink, you hold your ground. You don't continue walking with them down into the darkness. You hold and be a shining light. It went from that to intentionally antagonistic to the player.
Okay.
Because they had a very close friendship, very close, working relationship on various projects previously. He was in Heroes of Bastion from Tales of Novum, run by Alec, where he played a character named Rally in there. But he used the missions and things that I gave him to get back at Alec for things that happened in their games and series.
Oh no.
Instead of Schrodinger acting as the
Phantom Ranger,
millennia wizened warrior and leader of the Morphing Grid, to a new leader of a Ranger team that it should have been. And so to make it make sense, I then created the entire backstory of this character, being that they're from the splintered timeline where the Red Ranger went evil, where the Red Ranger did destroy everything, where he went full Lord Zed on the entire universe, and that's why he was this way with Peter. That's why he was always an asshole. That's why he did things this way, because I had to make it make sense now why he's drilling and digging at this person constantly. But like, hey, Dior, you're my favorite pizza place. Frankie, you're my favorite pizza place. Marcia, you're my favorite pizza place. Alec, I hope you burn in hell. I will not even piss on your ashes.
Having
to be fair, the only person that Schrodinger liked was Frankie.
Yep.
Now, to note, he wasn't as antagonistic to Dior initially, until Dior was antagonistic to him. Because I, as Dior, and Dior is very like, I don't like chaos. Stuff has to be in order. Dior is everything, and scientifically and mathematically. Schrodinger is the antithesis of that, thus I don't like how you do things. But played it in a way that could have been fun, of Schrodinger kind of instilling humanity into Dior a little bit. The problem was that that's not what happened.
as a viewer, I will say this for chat and especially for Pi. As a viewer, none of the negatives that we're talking about come across.
No.
None of that stuff appears or you can sense or see
on screen. It's not at all obvious. Yeah, they definitely kept that to themselves.
I won't hold this. It is somewhat obvious on my face.
Yeah, and now, unfortunately, I will be looking for it now.
You will. It's not subtle. There's a couple moments of me, head in my hands, muted, because I'm swearing.
So they were an ass to be an ass, not an ass to be funny.
Yeah, and I guess the only other column A, column B.
Okay.
They are also, by the way, the reason why I am such a heavy Lightspeed rescue truther. It's less to do with the theme song thing is just a funny thing between me and Ark. Of the best Power Rangers theme song is Lightspeed Rescues, and Ark going, no, it is not. It is Zeo. And it's like, I listen. Lost Galaxy is actually the best freaking theme. That theme slaps.
You can have your shitty opinions, keep them to yourself.
but this is the thing, right? So how Ark and Panda and I will go about that. Nice, funny, haha. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Because Lightspeed Rescue is my favorite Power Ranger series ever. It always has been, because that was the first one I watched.
I'm in there because it actively was the reason why I Silver Bedroom, because the Titanium Ranger kicks so much ass, because it's the only American, true American Ranger.
Ranger's cool as hell.
I have no horse in this race, but Ray says wrong when Dino Thunder is right there.
Dino Thunder's theme is sick.
That's wild, Ray.
But
that's wild.
Lightspeed Rescue.
But here's the thing, going back to this, because we're professionals. We talk about our different favorite Power Rangers series, and in a way of yeah, you can have your wrong opinion, haha, but we all clearly love Power Rangers.
Yeah, and we're just shitting on each other for fun. We're not meaning it.
I'm punch that dude in the neck. Because it was not my series. I like my series. It is my series is superior to yours. I understand your thought process.
It was arrogant.
Shut up.
But shut up.
I will say I do have to run. I do appreciate getting to share this year in review.
Yeah,
Jungle Fury Purple Ranger might be bottom
RJ.
20 Rangers just because Ray is here. Just because Ray is here.
That's egregious.
Oh boy.
Top 50 at least.
Ark, do the honors. Who are you? Where can we find you?
I am and will always be your Gridmaster, Lighthouse Keeper, Lore Writer, Beacon onto all beacons, Arc or Arc-like Court. I'm a Power Rangers TTRPG content creator, game designer, and writer. You can find my books on Instagram or find all of my social media at arclikecourt.com. I'm glad I got to spend the year with so many amazing people, like the people who are here in this call. I'm
No,
glad we
you.
got to play the games. You fucking take that shit back. Got to play the games that we
Never.
did get to play together. And I look forward to playing more games, telling more stories, and doing more cool shit next year. Panda, you're late. I love you. You're amazing. You're a great TTRPG player. You tell great stories. You have good characters. You're really good at this stuff. Fuck you.
No, fuck you.
Pie, always a pleasure, always a blast. Love getting to hang out, vibe with you. And of course, over the year that we have gotten to know each other, spend time together, tell stories together, build together, I am very much happy and grateful to have you in my life. Javante, fuck you.
I love
That's
you.
my brother. That's my brother. If you can't see the familiar relation, you're racist.
Practically
have
twins.
a wonderful night.
Have a good night, Art.
Take
Thank
care,
you for
y'all.
joining
Have a
us,
good night.
man. Have a good night.
Bye.
I have a real question before we go on. Panda, how did we meet?
I think it was a combination of Arcanites and Nat 19, just kind of
Yeah.
like stumbling in together through that, and then from there we got to talking more. I think it was specifically through the Project Mouthwash chat,
Yes.
and then eventually you invited me into your home games with the
Yeah.
homies,
With the homies.
and then that's when we really
Kicked
connected
off, yeah.
and kicked off and really got, yeah, that's really what happened there. Is thinking back on it with let's see here, the kaiju game that eventually petered out for just because you ran out of steam, which is understandable. I mean, that game was honestly probably hard to write just because I'm sure the book wasn't that helpful in some ways.
No.
And then it was the Strahd game, which my work then proceeded to fuck me over on that whole thing, so I had to bounce early, which apparently lost steam after that too.
Yeah, there was a bit afterwards that kind of caused it to, but it's fine.
I don't think Curse of Strahd is a lasting campaign. Like, I'm gonna be
I-
so for real with you
I will be
guys.
so
And-
genuine. I wasn't running Curse of Strahd.
No, he was running a different version of it, which
I
was frankly
running,
better.
I was running
She is the ancient, yeah.
which is gender bent Curse of Strahd.
I still am of the opinion that any form of Curse of Strahd is one of the worst campaigns ever. Because
It's not
It's so
worst
so
if
different.
vanilla is. It's just it's very difficult if, to be honest, and this is nothing against the group that I was playing with. I don't think a lot of them were actually ready to handle the shit that is expected in Strahd.
I think the reason I think Curse of Strahd is the worst is, and now I played in a decent amount of Curse of Strahd. I was in a campaign for a while. The reason I don't like it is, now granted, I could have just had a shitty DM. But Curse of Strahd, compared to the other modules that are out there, and this is talking modules. I know Javante, you're not a fan of modules. I like other modules out there have like a you can beat it, like the heroes save the day and win. Even if you win Curse of Strahd, guess what? Strahd still
You
comes
don't really
back
win.
and everything sucks.
Yep.
There's no good ending to Curse of Strahd. Now, I'm not saying you can't have good or you can't have bad endings in a campaign, but Curse of Strahd, to me at least, is already such a slog of a campaign. To end it out with, oh, by the way, all the effort that you guys put in means absolutely nothing.
Panda has heard me go on hour-long diatribes.
Mm-hmm.
I hate modules.
Yep.
I hate modules. I don't like modules. I think in my elitist DM opinion, my elitist DM mindset, I think that if you have to resort to using a module to run a game, you're weak.
And you won't survive the winter.
Yeah, exactly. Which I say this, like, I tried so hard, and I immediately abandoned the module as soon as I had the ability to do so. It's like, I'll run my own shit. But
I'm over here like, fuck, dude. All the games I love have modules to them, and they're already written. Let me run it.
I think I've genuinely have run a module. So Inferno was fully me committing to running the module.
Mm-hmm.
I deviated partially with some of the entities because I wanted to do my own spin on them because I'm going to do Apocalypse and I need to have them be established in a different way. But that might be one of the few games to where I will be like, yeah, I'll run the module for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I want to do it this way. In the same way of like, it's not an if anymore. It's a when I do the dinosaur game. I'm going to run the two modules that I have been given to do this, which is in the jungle, no one cares if you scream.
I will play an Ankylosaurus. I'm just throwing that out there now.
I am fully committed, by the way, to this dinosaur game that I've made a world already for it.
Oh yeah.
There might be a point where we take an extended break of Blood and Cinder so I can just do my dinosaur.
As long
That's fair.
Listen, as long as I can play an Ankylosaurus, they are my favorite dinosaur. I fucking love them.
Game of Thrones, but with dinosaurs world, like, ready.
Yes.
This shit's good to go.
Yes.
It may be a point where I'm just going to be like, hey, we're taking a slight break from 5.19 so that I can run other shit. Because I have so many games in my backlog. I forgot that I backed and have Historia Arcanum, which is 5e, but set in, I have the one for the Crusades, and I have for the Persian Empire, and I'm getting the one for the Renaissance era of Europe. And I'm like, I forgot I have these. I want to do
Amazing.
This. Like, I have Hell of a Town, which is by one of my favorite game studios ever, which is Acheron Games, which they do Lex Arcana and Apocalypse and Inferno. But they made Hell of a Town, which is Has-Been Hotel / Hell of a Boss.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah.
It's Warner Brothers, but just in hell. And I forgot I have that, and I want to do that because that just seems funny.
Oh yeah. There's also another game that we had.
Which I'm not running.
What do you have?
I have Vor World.
Oh god.
Okay.
Which is a
Why?
for TTRPG? Because I got it for free.
Okay. Sure, man.
I'm not gonna hold you. It's because I have it for free.
Sure, man.
But it's like I have that. I have the new Conan the Barbarian TTRPG. Like, I have too many games that I want to do stuff with, and at this point, it's just gonna be like, what do I put on pause for a little bit to just run a game?
Let's see. I'm
Right.
looking what I've backed on Kickstarter. One that I really want to run. I own Gods of Metal Ragnarok, which I would love to run. I also backed a game called Forgotten Ruin. I don't know if either of you have heard of it.
Don't think I have.
Nope, not familiar to me.
It uses 3 different settings. The one I would likely use is 5e. It's 5e, old school, OSR, and their own system.
Old school OSR might be hated.
I would likely use 5e because it's what I know. But it's essentially your characters are modern military. You play modern military characters. You have full-blown assault rifles. You have Humvees. You have tanks. But you go through portals into fantasy worlds and fight orcs and fight minotaurs. So you're the United States going to collect oil from fantasy worlds, but it's the art for it is so fucking good. There's a
Japanese anime about this.
There's a piece of art of a Humvee driving away from a purple worm. There's a piece of art of a fucking fighter jets bombing a castle. It's Sick.
I need you to understand that my brain immediately flashed into my beloved idea of crossing over Warhammer 40k with Warhammer Fantasy.
Uh-huh.
Fucking killing,
you mean
killing the lizard folk with my Space Marine army.
I was about to say,
Die.
oh, you mean the thing that they've not so subtly done once, but then had a retcon because everyone was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah.
Khal Drago.
I will say, of the things that I have like fully committed to doing, all of these have been ideas that I've been committed to doing that just either involve my Blood and Cinders cast or my Set Sail cast. These are all things that like, we're not doing a casting call. You're just in this now.
I'm kidnapping you and we're doing
Do
this.
You're in my
Do
game
not
now.
resist.
Do not resist.
Yeah, that's honestly, there are definitely some games where I'm like, I don't want to run this for anyone but this group.
I want
Mm,
no, that's not a want anymore. I require all of you to participate in me running a Steinhardt's game.
Dude,
nice.
can I just fucking say those adventures, I've ran all of them. I know you would do your own thing, but the adventures themselves are so
Oh, they're
fucking
sick.
fun.
They're sick. I would love to. I'm not gonna do them, but they're sick. I
You-
love them.
I know Steinhardt's is the main thing here, but fucking look into Crooked Moon. If you
Oh, I
haven't.
have Crooked Moon.
That's so up your alley, dude.
Oh, it for sure is.
I know
Again,
one. Sorry, go ahead.
The game that I, genuinely speaking, Twitch will not ban me for this. You do not ban me for this shit. I'm running a rated R fucking Cult Divinity Lost game,
Mm.
and there is not a god on this world or the next that's gonna stop me. That shit. You're telling me I can do my level of John Carpenter style body horror in a game? Yeah, give me that.
If you run a Steinhardt's game, I will fully play a Jaeger. I want to
This
be the
isn't an if.
Bloodborne hunter.
This ain't an if. This is a when.
I will play the
occurring.
Bloodborne hunter. I will play the Jaeger.
I'm taking all of October to do that, other than Halloween, which is going to be another
Right.
game.
Hell yeah.
Another,
I
yeah.
will. Spoiler for that one, I actually am committing to doing the thing that freaking Logan did
Mhm.
for the second Halloween game of just fully doing the what's the dumb ideas I didn't want to do and full as a full game, and let's see how far I can take it before you all break it. I am committed to that. I don't know. I'm at the point of wanting to do so much shit and having the ability to do it and the time.
Mhm.
And also the people that if I don't want to run something, like Pi, like you said, like if I don't want to run something, I can just go, I don't feel like it.
I was literally just about to say, I will get you guys into End of the World at some point. It is happening. You guys are going to be playing.
I'm almost mad that I haven't been invited to be in the Witcher game.
Do you want to
Because
be?
I will. I'll do it, yeah.
I just, I didn't know if you, because for Panda, it's game, that full, he's back-to-back games. I didn't know if you wanted to throw that on your...
The only thing preventing me from doing a game every day is my wife would kill me. I would run.
I know that feeling.
I would, if this became my job, this would be the only thing I did. I would do a game every night.
You want to play the villain in the very
would...
last session?
Fucking yes. Yes.
There you go. You heard it here first, folks. The invite to Javante for the Long Road to Novigrad is to play the villain.
I
Yeah,
will,
there we go.
Real talk on something. We've talked about, because at length we've talked about the podcast idea, which I don't know if you've doing it yet or not.
The Power Rangers podcast?
Yes.
It is.
We're still in planning.
We're still in planning, but come the start of the new year, and once everyone's kind of schedules come to fruition, it's going to become real.
We're definitely going to be drilling on it.
There's going to be a point where I'm just going to have people on my Twitch as I talk at length about kaiju before I start running the Godzilla game, because if you listen, Arc can info dump on Power Rangers forever, and it's awesome. I need you to know that that's me with Godzilla.
Hell
Yep.
yeah, dude.
Because just like Arc is like the extended universe of Power Rangers is vast and immense and exceedingly cool, the extended universe for Godzilla is just as nuts.
Oh, listen, I'll be there for that because I can actually talk
God.
Godzilla and Kaiju and
I don't know what fandom would at lengths talk about like that because I jump in so many different things.
40K.
I mean, yeah, I have info dumped, but I've started to do the bricky thing of where I only do it when people ask because I don't want to be that guy because I've already done it a few times. I was like, I don't want to keep doing that.
It is definitely that, but I love it. So
I'm
Oh,
trying
yeah.
to think what mine would be because I'm also in the same boat as Panda. Like, there's a lot of stuff I can talk about.
I mean, if Kaiju number 8 was a lot more, well fleshed out, I should say, I would definitely be doing that.
I feel there's another anime that you're that Fire Force.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Soul Eater Fire Force verse. Because for those who are not aware, and at this point in time, it's not spoilers anymore.
No, it's
Fucking
been out for years.
Manga's done. Soul Eater's done. They are one in the same universe. Fire Force is the prequel to Soul Eater as the sequel. Because Shinra Kusakabe is the reason why Soul Eater exists. Due to weird bullshit. Weird hell bullshit. So yeah, I need to get more onto that because I need to finish the manga, but yeah, no, I fucking love Fire Force. I mean, there may or may not be a character within the world of, or at least the vast universe, planes, multi-dimensions of Somnus Domina that may or may not at some point in the future, depending on how the storylines go, would be met that I may or may not have pretty much based him off of Shinra Kusakabe, but why not? It's fun. Like that character was actually really fun to play. And I threw him in Strahd.
I adore that character.
I think-
I have plans for that.
Yeah, I know. You already made references before. I'm like,
I think that my big two talking points that I can go on and on forever about is Demon Slayer for one. If you
Yep,
get me
Demon
started,
Slayer.
I will talk a lot, but
I mean, so would I.
I can easily talk about Star Wars all day long. Like, if you get me started, I will go on about Star Wars. Also, good night, Hypnotic. Charge your phone.
Later, homie.
There- Sorry, I don't know why Demon Slayer reminded me of it. I was
What's
about
that?
to run. I was going to run a Devil May Cry themed D&D game.
Yep.
I got through the first episode, but something that I remember from it is that I guess one of my players had never heard of Devil May Cry.
What?
I don't fucking know how. So they made a Demon Slayer character instead because we were killing demons, right? And I was like, this does not work for this setting because that character is exceedingly serious, and this is Devil May Cry.
I mean, there are exceedingly serious characters in Devil May Cry. Let's be honest.
Yeah, but they're exceedingly serious, and that makes them funnier.
Yeah, I know.
Because like Virgil is unironically one of the funniest characters because how the fuck can you like that?
Well, I mean, he also is one of the most smug ones, which makes it even funnier.
He deserves to be. He's a god.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Random. Okay.
That's part of the reason why I'm such a fan of Eric Meyer as a Quantum Ranger.
I forgot that's him. Random diatribe. Not really diatribe, but random segue. And then I probably have to drop my wife off at work, and then I'll pop back over. But
word.
I find that it's so much easier coming up with characters that are antithesis to your guys' characters. On the other characters. And it makes for such a funny moments of like, oh yeah, these people are villains for this exact reason. Like, I had my main stuff already, like Nagistane clearly, like, you know, Hydrankle obviously. But then yeah, like Filthy Arn's sister. Super easy to make a character. If we're going to make a character that is essentially going to be based off of Dante, let's make the character based off of Virgil. And let's have some fun with it. And let's also add the Inuyasha session idea.
Yeah, I know, because I'm like, unironically, I somehow managed to do that too.
Yeah, so, but then we get to like Adrian, and how do you make a villain for Adrian? And I literally have the joke in my head of, what if I just make a person that's like happily married?
That, or just someone who's with their ex.
Which is already a thing. What? Listen, I know what's going on right now. When can I get that duel, man? When is it happening?
Not anytime soon.
I'm speaking to you right now. Teleport them to this place. I want that duel.
It's so funny.
If
I'm having such a great time.
I will take the gate spell if I have to, and I'll bring them to me.
Oh, you.
Yeah. Exactly.
I also thought long and hard about like what would be every character's like promo style. Like if everyone had a professional wrestler that they were basing off of like how their promos function. And Filthy Arn is just Strowman.
Yeah, he is.
Just Strowman. Orm is Christian.
Yeah.
Not
I
Edge,
see
he's
that.
Christian. I don't know if you'll understand this because I think you may have watched when both of them were injured, but freaking Kanian and is it no Astro. Yeah, Kanan and Astro are Kit and I forgot his partner's name. They're the yes boy. What are they called? Hold on. You may have gotten into watching them post this. Kit Wilson, Pretty Deadly with Elton Prince. That's all that they are.
Okay.
The two most flamboyant people possible, and I adore them. And then I'm
scared.
Love them.
I'm scared.
They're so funny. And Adrian is such a debate for me. There's two sides of Adrian. And they're both played by the same person.
Okay.
It's both Edge and Christian Edge.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also you saw me in ECW, you know what I'm capable of. Paul Heyman's like two Paul Heyman Edge. It's both of them. It's not rated R Superstar Edge. It's veering into Judgment Day, brooding. I'm main eventing Mania and I'm winning the title Edge.
Yeah. Okay,
It's
I can
both
see
of
that. I can see that.
On the opposite end was Set Sail.
If Trent isn't like a big showboater like Hogan or
Trent is the Miz.
Oh yes, he's totally the
Trent
Miz.
is the Miz.
Oh my god,
Trent
he
is
is
the
the
Miz.
Miz.
Torvald Big Show? Torvald Big Show?
Orm said he missed who or Ark said he missed who Orm is.
Oh, Christian. Specifically TNA Christian. Christian Cage Christian.
The Big Show?
Drecky's the Big Show. Drecky's the Big Show, absolutely.
Yeah, but Drecky's not crying during all of his promos.
I'm talking like post Paul White, Paul Heyman with Big Show.
Fair.
I'm talking big all over. Big
Yeah.
Ren Osprey. Progress Wrestling Osprey.
Okay.
Scarlet Rhea. There's,
Ooh,
that's-
yeah.
there's no question on that one. Scarlet's Rhea Ripley.
I was gonna say Scarlet is Pipe Bomb Punk.
I almost want to say that might be Trent.
You think?
I know I said The Miz, but I think Pipe Bomb Punk. Best in the World Punk might fit better
Yeah.
for Trent. Best in the World Punk. I don't know if there's any character currently that's Pipe Bomb Punk. Scarlet's like realistic and very like adamant, but I feel like she's more like a Rhea.
Ark says Scarlet's China.
Yeah, but Scarlet can pro. And am I missing anybody? Oh, freaking our Mink.
Alice.
Alice. Alice is Chris Wolf, and nobody knows who that is.
Nope.
But Chris Wolf was a member of Stardom in my favorite faction, Oe no Tai. Gimmick was literally they were just a wolf that turned into a person.
Oh. Okay.
Stardom was weird. You ready?
Why not?
Okay. All right, I'm gonna go drop my wife off at work. So if I come back and y'all are here, yay!
Real quick,
back.
actually, I think this is
Alright.
a good point to end. Show yourself real quick. I think we're gonna end here.
Hi, I'm Javante. I run games on the stupid freaking internet on my Twitch, twitch.tv/Eclipse613. I run Set Sail and I run Blood and Cinders. I also do stuff on Twitter and Blue Sky because I have that still. I'm also on Paige's channel, The Story Continued, where I play Zyragnail at Smitse. I'm happy to have you all, and I'm happy for another year coming up.
Hell yeah,
Absolutely.
man. Hell yeah.
Wow.
Panda, I know you joined in late, but we got a chance to have a good conversation. Where can we find you? And do you have anything you want to share?
You can frankly find me on either your channel or, Joante's channel, or maybe Ark's channel in the future, or maybe whenever we get that one podcast going. But otherwise, I'm on the internet at Red Panicola. I just repost shit most of the time. Yeah.
All right, and as always, before we call it a night here, I am your lovely host, Pie, or Pie's Bakery channel, where I am Pie and I run Pie's Bakery channel. I run a whole bunch of games here. I play video games here. There won't be any streams until the new year. The next game will hopefully be January 4th with my continuation of my Helliana's game, Delicious and Deadly, The Shattered Hourglass, which has Javante as a player in it. But until then, thank you all for joining me for my first year in review stream. I hope to be able to do these continuous years. This was very fun with all my friends getting to join me, like Panda, Javante, and Ark. It's been a blast. Detwa, thank you for being here in chat. Ray, if you're still there, thank you for being here, everyone. Have a good night. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. And I will leave you all to the music.
Well, we'll see you all next year.